interviews. He's very intense, and when he does these interviews, you don't see a lot of joking around. I feel like he's all business. And I have said a few times on air over the course of this year when we listen to the spotter or Danny Stock and his crew chief, they give him a lot of information. And I made the comment, I was like, I don't want a crew chief driving my car, I don't want a spotter driving my car. And I talked with Danny Stockman about this a few weeks ago. He said, Jamie, that's the information that Jesse wants. He's like, when we have our meetings, he wants all of that information about things that we see that he can do differently so that he can try to change his driving style to fit the car, if we can't get the car where he needs it to be. So I like the teamwork that group has going right now. I think that the spotter, the crew chief, the driver are all the same.
Also, today Amtrak 702 was for some reason canceled. Yeah, train service was canceled for today.
You look at the stat line, and he's finished top 10 6 of the last 8 races, which is always good to have the momentum. The other thing I would say, though, is the statement that he's been able to make as the years go on. He hit a little bit of a rough spot in the middle of his rookie campaign last season, but he's matured some of the things you're talking about that's allowed him to have success late in the regular season this year. And you talk about picking up playoff points. I mean, here he is, fifth on the leaderboard. He's got to win those 5 playoff points away earlier this season. But he's going to have a chance to get some more playoff points by where he finishes in the regular season standings. And all of that points, that insurance policy you need to help him overcome some of the tracks where maybe they're coming up a little bit short. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. But as we look at those, the playoff points right now, there's really not anybody with a significant amount. I mean, Connor's going to be obviously the leader of playoff points when we get to the first race there. But all those other guys, none of them are going to be safe. I mean, they maybe have one race where things could go wrong, but it's really tight. It's going to be serious right now. There's not anybody sticking out that you listen and say, well, he's a shoe to the championship for. It's really crazy that 30 points is the separation of the cut, and that's as big a margin as we've seen there all season long. And here we are, 3 races to go, and a lot of wild cards still to be dealt to these teams. So it's going to be a fun little battle to see who the 12 are going for the title in 2025. One driver that needs to win if he's going to qualify to run for the championship is rookie Christian Eckes. Let's hear from him back downstairs for the lunch. Yeah, he has joined us here in the
Ryan Blaney's on pole for tomorrow.
Here in Daytona. So just talking about playoffs again and your position with 3 races left. Do you feel like tonight is a must-win or the best opportunity to win for you in the 16 team?
Well, it sure would be good, nice to win for sure in our campers NRV Camaro, but they're pretty good with the next 3 races, especially Gateway. I've always been really fast there, but yeah, no, we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting 3 races. Definitely not in a perfect situation, but you never know what can happen from those 2 races. And yeah, so we'll see about tonight.
We've documented this year that it has been a bit of an up and down year for you guys, but the spirits that I think have stayed high and steady throughout the course of that. The last few weeks have been pretty good. 3 top 10s the last 4 weeks. Do you feel like you guys are where you need to be to make a push, even if you do get to the playoffs, or in the right spot to push towards getting into the playoffs?
Yeah, our Camaros have been as fast as it's been the internet about every week, but we've been through so much adversity each week, and something's happened or something's not gone our way. Just about every week, last 3-4 weeks, we started, I think, outside the top 30 pretty much all of them, and have found a way to the top 10. So if we can just get some smooth races and progress these next couple, I feel pretty good about our chances.
Had a good run here in February, finished 12th. A lot has changed since then. You've had a lot of races under your belt since then. How do you feel like you got as a driver in your rookie year from February to now?
Yeah, both as a race car driver.
Okay, stop laughing.
Okay, I'm not laughing.
I asked him the same question earlier too.
Yeah, no, I progressed a lot, just mentally, physically. All right. See, I'm getting tongue twisted over
Louis.
to him.
Actually, I had a feeling that was soft. That was
Yeah, that's not what my final limits for the year. There's been a lot of races this year, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah, we learned a lot from that, and we hopefully can use that.
Once we get going tonight, what do you think will be the biggest challenge or biggest difference from February? The temperature is maybe the most glaring. Is that the most obvious one that's going to be a challenge?
Yeah, I think so. tire wear, not tire wear, but just tires I mean a little bit more this week than I did in February. And I should be a little bit better in the race, I think. So I don't know, we'll race hard and see what happens.
All right, thank you, Christian. And we'll see if Daniel Dye wants to come up here and get the favor return here from his team in just a little bit. To be honest, I'm rooting for it, Dylan, actually. So I hope you do that. Daniel Dye on deck, and Christian can mess with him from behind the scenes. You look at Eckes, and he's got a good guy on the pit box in Alex Johns, because Alex enjoyed so much success in the draft with Justin Haley years ago. But it's been interesting to watch him.
Yeah. How's the itching? Your blood sugar? Just a lot of work.
I think Zillich is unexpected. The success that he's had, it's been just maybe the best rookie year at the Xfinity Series for a driver. I think that Christian is having a great rookie season. It's just a typical rookie season. And I think it's safe to say that college cars don't seem to be as good as they were a couple of years ago. In general, whether it's at Daytona or anywhere we go, and they know they have a little bit of work to do. And Christian's had a lot of ups and downs, but I think that's fully expected for a rookie. And I mean, he's a super talented driver. He mentioned it is what he did last year with Chuck
I had a feeling it was of a test rush. And then I kept on the I got the
some good things together. Back down to the weather room and Kim Coon.
Yeah, I'm assuming Daniel that starts 17, so mid-pack. What's going to be the approach, especially for the first stage?
Yeah, unfortunately, they're right in the middle of the pack. That's where everything happened. So plenty of things to hit from 17. We get to lap 5, we did better than February. That's our first plan. But just want to make some laps here.
It's still weather.
Yes. It is despite the fact it's not even raining at the track.
No, because of the threat of.
I tell you, these rain delays and all that, they're just too tiring to sit through.
Well, Cameron, there is the hurricane, okay? The rain and weather over there on that side of the road.
What's been the biggest takeaway in learning?
Just from the week. I had a feeling that myself was a retest or so, because I ended up catching.
It's windy out there. Is it hot?
Yes. Catching S4 on the point instead.
Help each other and don't really worry about yourself. At the end, we can see what happens.
Have you been able to lean on Justin Haley for you in the 11 for the race tonight? He's a very good super speedway racer. What kind of things have you picked up from him?
Yeah, I mean, Justin, that's one of his things. It's just having, not being selfish. You've got, in his situation, they've had two other cars with him and AJ and Jeb or Daniel Henry, whoever it was in that third car. They did a really good job with these speedway tracks, just being committed to each other. So that's our plan tonight. This is a selfish sport. People are pretty selfish, so hopefully that we are the only ones not being selfish, and hopefully it'll pay off.
All right, we'll see what the calling cards have for this evening.
Kim, hometown, the land for it. So you know what it would mean to Daniel Dye to walk off, win at Daytona, and put yourself in the playoffs as a rookie in the Xfinity Series. He's well aware of what the weather can do here, too. And unfortunately, it's looked like this a lot today as far as the weather regular is concerned. Hopefully, we'll stay dry and do the racing here.
Did you finish?
Sit like prepared. Sit like prepared. Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But if you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Get confirmed. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield and your home.
Sit like prepared. Sit like prepared.
Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Green Butter. A once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some parts of visiting is relief as early as 2 days, and some achieve dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many have clear skin and like it, even at 4 years.
All right. All right, everyone. Sorry for the long delay. Took me a little bit to get some things started out. What's going on, everybody? Chase fan number 9, and welcome to another live stream. Tonight, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona, the Wawa 250, 100 laps, 250 miles. Should be a good race. Unfortunately, we're under a weather delay. No surprise, especially when it's Daytona. I mean, it's not raining at the track, but it's just lightning in the area. Let's see. So yeah, we just sit and wait. That said, Connor. First off, we have 3 races left until the regular season wraps up: Daytona, Portland, and Gateway. Um, Connor Zilish is on the pole. He was recently cleared. Well, yesterday he was cleared to run Daytona, albeit with Parker Kligerman on standby just in case, if needed. Sam Mayer will start on the outside of the front row. Sammy Smith will start third. Austin Hill and Jesse Love are 2 drivers. They start fifth. They start 4th and 10th. They'll be the ones to look out for since they've won the last several Daytona races. Well, the season opener, that is. Justin Allgaier is a former winner at Daytona. You got Carson Quapple, Brandon Jones, and you also got Harrison Burton, who's one of my picks for tonight, especially since he won the Cup race a year ago. Christian Eckes, who definitely needs a win, starts 9th. Let's see. One of my top picks for tonight's Ryan Sieg. You all know he's got these types of tracks, so look out for him. To make his way to the front.
By the way, available in already certain quantities. What can you tell us about these? So Jamocha, that's Java and mocha, so it has an awesome blend of chocolate and coffee flavors. I'm a big fan of both of those, so combine them together. If anyone's in the stands waiting for the weather hold, there's always right down the street, so go on by, grab one of these, but just try and enjoy it and hopefully get us some racing later on. Like you said, not racing tonight, but you are in action tomorrow in the Cup car, so what can folks expect?
There's a fire burning in the mountains out west.
That's where you work?
Yes. His dad is Rick Ware, the owner of the team he drives for.
Thank you for the Jamocha shakes, Adam. I'm going to go sit down and get to work on this with Cody, I think.
I feel like you're getting even with us, Dylan, because earlier this year we had ice cream as a part of the sponsorship plan, and we were.
Anyways, they were just talking to Cody Ware. With that said, other drivers to look out for is Justin Haley. He's reunited with Colleague Racing again. He's a former winner at Daytona, knows how to get done the draft, so look out for him to be strong tonight. Sheldon Creed is starting deep, so as well as Eric Almirola and Matt DiBenedetto. We got Cesar Baccarella in a 4th Alpha Prime car, the number 5. And that 5 car looks amazing, man. And then you got Natalie Decker starting last. It's her first race since having her kid months ago. Daniel Dye, Nick Sanchez are ones to look out for. Same with Jeremy Clements, who won Daytona a few years ago. And Josh Williams is back, but he's driving the 45 for Alpha Prime. But hey, at least as long as he's got a ride, then he should be all good.
This is the biggest sweepstakes yet. Hey, I'm Daniel, one of the founders of Rick. Every year we give you the chance to win big. All you have to do is go to rich.com, buy anything, and you're automatically entered. So good luck.
Since last week, a couple things have happened. The NASCAR schedules come out. I might well, the NASCAR schedule for all 3 series have come out. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. Another story is Matt Crafton is retiring from full-time competition after this year. His partnership with Menards is the longest running driver sponsor collaboration in NASCAR history. So I wish him a good retirement. Hope he can finish up the season strong. I hope he runs a throwback scheme for his last race. Anyways, Ty Majeski will drive the 88 full time next year.
Are you seeing tire dressings that start out greasy and quickly fade brown over time? Introducing Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Tire Coat. Cerakote's true ceramic technology has just the right amount of shine and lasts up to 10 times longer than traditional dressings. Just wipe it on to get professional showroom shine without the greasy mess that slings on your vehicle. You can trust Cerakote's #1 selling family of products with over 60,000 5-star reviews. This is the best tire coat and protection you'll ever use, guaranteed. Buy today for under $20.
Speak with a licensed medical provider at BlueChew.com to find out if BlueChew is right for you.
Josh Bullock and now the director from Wawa on it. For those that don't know what Wawa is, it's a gas station chain.
He is, in fact, the dominator in the draft. Boston Hill, 3 straight wins here in the season opener 2022, 23, and 24. He was dominant earlier this year in the first race of 2025 with the mechanical issue. He's the all-time leader, wins in the draft, and that sounds great, but then you see who he's in front of, and it really puts into perspective how good he is. Well, it's been incredible, and all-time make everybody mad watching on TV. But, I mean, he's obviously the best at this type of racing at the drafting style racetracks. I know those are all kind of different times and different eras, and things are different, but when you look at how many races it's taking him to get there, it's less than those 3 Hall of Famers that you see to his right. I mean, Austin Hill, it's just the timing out of it has worked out so well, and we're going to talk about how good RCR cars are at the drafting style tracks, but Austin Hill has had to earn all those wins by holding people off, and it's not just by winning the race. He's won multiple stages doing that. He has a knack for this type of racing, and he's been able to put himself in a great position multiple times.
I like this scene. All the crews are coming out, drivers are there. The lightning hold has been lifted. And so as long as we don't get any rain, no more lightning, we should be all ready to go. And been a very interesting weather pattern here today. If you were with us for qualifying earlier, we got like 15 cars in to qualifying after about probably had a 30, 40-minute delay. Got lightning again. Eventually, Xfinity qualifying was canceled. The same thing happened on the Cup side. They canceled qualifying there for tomorrow night's race. And then I felt like pre-race, we were all set and ready to go. And boom, right after we get the national anthem and some of the pre-race ceremonies had wrapped up, we get
Yes.
within 8 miles of the racetrack. So when that happens, you have to hit the hold button for 30 minutes. But that time has now passed, and we believe we are ready to go. And now we can start talking racing and the stress and anxiety that is Daytona. There's so many amazing storylines when you come to race at this place, in particular in the summertime, because the playoffs are just around the corner, and you know this place is going to produce some drama that impacts seasons for so many. Harrison Burton climbing on board. He comes in 30 points above the cut line, and I would say that this team has already won this year. No, they've not been to victory lane.
But when you think about their accomplishments, they've done such an outstanding job of making AM Racing valid and putting themselves in a position to make the playoffs. And then I reflect on what happened almost a year ago to the day when he won here driving for the Wood brothers, and it all seems to lay out in front of him. And JD, when you look at his record in the Xfinity Series here, just been incredible, never finished outside the top 10. So Harrison is someone that I not only to watch because of what you see with the playoff standings and where he is, but a driver that could threaten for a victory this season.
Yeah, they've done an exceptional job the last 3 or 4 weeks to really capitalize and score some stage points, get some really good finishes. The flip side of that is cousin Jeff Burton. You see he's just below the cut line. He's had a couple of tough weeks. So the difference in that has given him a nice cushion, but, based on what we've seen here at Daytona over the years, that could all go away. It could completely flip, even without a win tonight. If Harrison gets caught up in a wreck early, Jeff has a good night, that can all get flipped around. And, one of those guys below the cut line wins, it obviously puts Harrison in that position. But I would agree with you. I think that he has done an exceptional job this year with essentially a new race team. They've gone in, hired all these people. They've had a lot of people leave because of the success they've had. They've been kind of poached away from that team. So I think Harrison's done a great job, and he's been in this position before, and you mentioned he's had success here. So he has to feel good about heading into this time.
There's an irony when you look at that cut line, because all 3 drivers that you talk about that are there and still in a position really to get in on points, Harrison Burton, Jeff Burton, and Ryan Sieg, all separated by 38 points with 3 races to go. All of them, really their strength has been in the draft. Now Harrison, when he was driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, won at multiple types of racetracks, but we know he is good in the draft. Jeff Burton, 2 career wins at Talladega. Obviously, he's a good drafter. And then you look at Ryan Sieg, the 3rd driver that's in that position, another one that just has a knack for this style of racing. And so there they are thinking about points, but ultimately you win and you're in. And so the light could shine brightly on all 3 of those teams tonight as they try to make something happen late in the regular season. Let's go down to Dylan.
Well, Adam, if you're just joining us here on the broadcast, just want to remind folks just tuning in about the Connor Zillett situation. You will start on the pole this afternoon or this evening, courtesy of the win last time out at Watkins Glen, but suffered a fall in victory lane. Broken collarbone was the diagnosis. So the plan for Connor here is to start the car, start the race. He'll probably drop to the back of the field just as a precaution. And then at the first opportunity, he's expected to pull the car into the pits, get out of the car, and relieve driving duties for the night to Parker Kligerman, who of course is an Xfinity Series veteran of the last couple of years, our broadcast partner here on the CW. And then Parker is the plan for now. Parker is going to finish the race in a Z88 car. So Connor will get credit for the points that are accumulated tonight because he started the car, and that's the most important thing. But safety first and the long-term health of Connor Zillett, ultimately the priority tonight, Tim.
Well, Dylan, let's get an update on the Xfinity leaders this season. 16 different drivers have won the fastest lap award, including driver Austin Hill. And Hill said it's not hard when it comes to super speedways. He leads the series all time in wins and laps led at drafting tracks, but he has yet to conquer the summer race here at the World Center of Racing. In fact, RCR has not won the summer Daytona race since 2015, back when Austin Dillon took the checkered flag. Austin Hill told us earlier during our qualifying coverage the key to these races is flexibility. No 2 races at drafting tracks are the same. It's all about adapting to what you have in the car, Dylan.
But an average finish of 18th this summer is not the type of momentum you want at the end of the regular season. That's the story with the 17, though, and Justin Allgaier right now, who starts right next to Austin Hill. The rest of their story is a little bit hidden in the results. They've had good speed. They have a driver that is still confident. They had an almost certain victory in Indianapolis, and that same stretch of race is taken away by some late race contact. They come to a track tonight that Justin has won at before, a race he's won before, and the drafting tracks this year have been a highlight for this group. Keep an eye on the 7 car tonight.
Champ and trying to win the regular season championship in 2025. Talking about Justin Allgaier, he's chasing his teammate Connor Zillett, 7 points behind. Don't count out Sam Mayer. This is going to be a fun little battle the next 3 weeks.
What's fascinating about Zillett is he missed Texas and has made up 172 points on the difference to Allgaier, who just started off the season exceptional. That's the reason we see him in this car and start the race tonight, because he'll actually get the points. for wherever Parker is able to finish in the 8 car. But the 7 you see right there, 7 points behind, and Sam Mayer, who finished second here in February, only 24 points behind. And he's been on quite a run of 2 seconds and a win in the last 3 races. So the 41 car, don't count him out tonight.
Well, he starts on the front row tonight, and the other part of the equation for him is what he did here at Daytona to spring that runner-up finish. So across the board, not just what they've done recently, but the success that he had earlier this season at Daytona. He's a good drafter. Statistically, doesn't always have the finishes, but he's someone that spends a lot of time at the front. In fact,
confident knowing and having plenty of
the hardware for a second, because the hardware is the old shimmery, brighter, high-end sound. I think it's a good
tour and setup. I had a very smooth lead. It might be here, and I want to talk to Kelly about it and see if it's. I was waiting if strike 10 pads. I'm still
after a lot of waiting sitting around today, Jamie.
You're correct. I mean, other than just melting right now, waiting on these cars to start up because of how hot it is outside. This is your comfort zone. That seat's built to fit you. And you said it, Adam. I think that whole thinking you're going to get in and then all of a sudden having the 30-minute delay, it's so hard mentally. You prepare yourself to get in and go to battle, and then you have to kind of reset getting it now. It's even more unique for Connor, who we talked about is going to ride around the back, and then Parker's going to get in his car. So a lot of different mentalities for all these guys. Some of the guys that have to win, do they go and try to get stage points? How do you manage your race? We mentioned it's 50 miles shorter than the race we have here in February. So a lot of agendas and everything right now is just getting ready for this to start.
The story of this 88 team is remarkable. We've talked so much about Zilich and the injuries, the fact that he's come back and won all the races and leads the regular season chase. Let's not forget when he set out at Texas, Kyle Larson came over and won in the 88. You look at what's in front of him tonight. He gets out of the car. Parker gets in. Parker's very capable in the draft. I'm so curious to see how it plays out for them. And now the wait is over. It's time to fire the engines here at Daytona International Speedway. Let's go trackside.
Daytona International Speedway, give a big NASCAR welcome to our Grand Marshal. From Wawa, Director of Store Operations, Karen Myers, Area Manager, Stephanie Andrews, and Wawa mascot, Wally Goose. Tonight they are here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Take it away.
Race fans, are you ready?
Wally, are you ready? Driver, start your engine!
You're entertained. 3 races to go in the regular season, and you can't beat race day in Daytona. We're going green when we return on CWD.
Dr. Rick, we are thinking sandwiches again for lunch. What should I put you down for?
Boundaries. They can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Now, I'm either going to go Turmount or Reuben. They're no good.
Remember, when the door closes, so does the conversation.
Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Looks like the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents. We can't protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
I could go tuna melt. If you want to go Reuben, we could do a mix and match.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sometimes things fall right into place, but other times they just fall. No. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Awesome. And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road. All set, here you go. Thank you. Take care. Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace. Sarah Benzino. Brandon Cole. Zagotsky Auto Body, LLC. Woo! People have the...
No, you mean the ones got it, I don't see.
Yeah, she's got the twins name on
Yeah, Mercedes, kids are so expensive these days. Here you go.
it. Oasis Breeze 2 and 5.
Peter, I'm your man. Do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Most of the right money moves aren't as absurd as you think. You've done so much, Pops. Any words of wisdom for the family? There is no limit to unlimited wings. Mind all.
It's just knocking around in my brain.
Silver Duster traps 4 times more dust. More clean, even mama brews up.
And reach.
Making hard to reach.
So easy.
Now with dust busting strips, it removes even built up dust. Silver Duster Heavy Duty. Love it or your money back.
When Verizon gives you a free phone on any plan, Gemini Shoulder Concealer, you use AI a lot.
The long, thin tube in the middle.
Gemini Shoulder Concealer, you use AI a lot. Boyfriend of the year.
Long, thin tube in the middle.
We met a lot. Gemini is my husband.
Nothing personal. It's literally the most
Gemini, any points on that we go? It's a good presentation from appreciate you.
The rest of the playoffs is on.
Next Saturday at 7 Eastern Pacific.
Welcome to the live stream.
Daytona Beach, Florida. CW Sports welcomes you to the World Center of Racing tonight. Round 24, 2025. After a little bit of a weather delay, cars are rolling off, and we are ready for some racing this evening.
Oh, you're at a pool party? Nice. Well, I hope you had a good time there.
And we talk about the sense of urgency, not just because you want to win at Daytona, but with 3 races to go to the playoffs, there's so much on the line, and this place always produces chaos, Jimmy.
It does, and the fact that it's 50 miles shorter than what we have here in the opening race of the year, you see that. Listen, you're really on the same page on it. You see the wrecks in the front, the middle, the back, and they're normally big wrecks that collect multiple cars, a lot on the line tonight, and the fact that you've got a lot of guys below that cut line that they're going to view this as their last chance to be able to win a race and punch their ticket in these playoffs. It's a recipe for a great event for all of us to watch.
The storylines are plentiful when you come to Daytona, but at the top of the list, Connor Zillich. He's won 4 of the last 5. He's been a rookie sensation in 2025. But when he won most recently at Watkins Glen, he fell in victory lane awkwardly. He broke his collarbone, had surgery 10
Are you
days
headed home right now? All right.
in the car to start the race, but standing by Parker Kligerman to get in. This is going to be very interesting to watch how they handle this tonight.
And Parker, you see standing right there, is great at this type of racing. He's been fast most of his career at these type of tracks. He's going to get in one of the fastest cars. Those cars, how well they ran in February. He's going to have maybe the first time in it. So I think it's very interesting. I think the best case scenario for Parker being in the car at all of them is have a caution early. Get him out of the car hopefully before this first stage break to get Parker as much time as he can in the seat.
See the 88 sitting in the pole position. We used the metric to set the starting lineup, but qualifying was canceled earlier today. Eventually, Zillich is going to drop to the back.
I just need that last video from you. That's an awfully big file you got there. They don't download that fast. Rome wasn't built 2 minutes before.
Hello, Modern Drummer. We are here on stage with Dirk Verburen, Megadeth. I can't wait for you guys to see this rig. It is awesome. I would imagine it's very loud.
It is very loud.
It projects, right?
Yes.
So we're going to learn what you're using to create that sound.
Yes.
Stay tuned. So, Dirk, let's go around your kit. Covered drums, cymbals, accessories. I love the sticks, by the way. I can't wait for you guys. These are very Megadeth sticks. But let's stay in order. So, what are you playing for drums? What's the brand type size?
So I've been a Tana guy since '95. Been with them for a really long time. My favorite drums, maple kit, custom finish. I actually, if you see these, our mascot Big Rattlehead is on all the toms. and on the kick drums. And those are actually decals I have made, which were then shipped to Japan, applied by the Tama team, and then the matte black finish goes over the decal. So
beautiful.
How long have you had this kit? I've had this kit for about 5 years now. Yeah, 6 years, 6 years, completely custom. Yeah, exactly. Optimized specs. Star Classic, yes.
Maple.
Yes, maple, like kind of like Dick Menza used back in the day. So easy to do the rolls. Absolutely. Yeah, you can zoom in on the little badge, maybe loud, powerful, but still warm. Yes, exactly.
And the 5.5 because one crack.
Exactly. Yeah, I played the piccolo for a bit.
For watching, it's important. Exciting.
Standard stuff. I think actually these are I don't know these. These are new. The coded ones. Onyx, I think. That's the first time I'm using these. But normally it's G1s. Onyx works great too. ST dry on the snare. Very traditional head, but it works great for me. Well, a few moon gels here and there, yeah, exactly. I let, that's Ozzy's domain. He figures all that out with Stanley, our amazing sound guy.
Yeah, Ozzy Richards, first deck.
Yes, love the cymbals. My previous band played Ozfest. Okay, I got a cool deal out of that. So, love vinyl, I think they've really upped their game in the past 2 decades. I use the Classics Custom Dark mostly for crashes. Yeah, we have 18, 19, 20, 21 for the crashes. It goes nicely from 18 to 21 that way. Yep. Got the 15-inch 20 heavy bell ride, which you know how some people have their snare drum like that.
You're way back.
I can't because my limbs are just way too long, so I like to save kind of far from the chair.
So for you, it's right.
For me, it's normal. Yeah, I just have really long arms, so I don't know. It works that way.
And another China over there.
Yeah, that's also Bison's heavy hammer, so basically the same series as the former. Yeah,
I love the cut.
Great hat for that.
Often officers are called to scenes of crisis. People there to go.
Yeah, love it.
Some percussion.
Yes.
Also looks like vinyl.
Vinyl as well, yeah. They make some great percussion too, so why not? So we have the chimes that I use in Holy Wars, in the middle break. Very traditional part, so nice and black to go with the rest of the kit here. Yep. And
aesthetic.
He told us earlier, my dad 1 year in the Daytona 500, my Uncle Jeff 1 year, my cousin Harrison 1 year. I want to join the family lineage and go out and record it.
All right.
On International Speedway.
So we're going green. It's like Connor Zillis has dropped to the rear. All right, pace cards to pit road. Sammy Smith and Sam Mayer on the pole or front row, and green flag. We are racing at Daytona. So Connor Zillis has dropped to the rear.
Straightaway into turn 3. If not, we'll be investigating what you're doing. Ain't getting a jump as he's getting pushed from his teammate. Justin Allgaier second in line down low. Sammy Smith almost had Sam Mayer cleared. Sam was able to side drop. Now that outside field
It looks like Sammy Smith will lead the first lap.
Well, there's no doubt that they can get single file, but Austin will go for the lead. Continue to be able to manage these races, control them, be able to lead as well as anybody. It'll take a few laps though for this to get sorted out, or for somebody to either get tied up next to the corner or have a little wobbles. You see, Mayer's now able to clear. Be interested to see, does he stay up?
Sam Mayer's going to edge ahead. And Sam Smith got his teammate Allgaier behind him.
He kind of felt like this was going to get single file eventually around the top, so you don't want to give up that top lane if you think that's where it's all gonna migrate to. The stage is so short, 30 laps in the front. Even 4 laps by the time you finish stage 2, you get your service and you start that final run to the checkered flag. So the sense of urgency is high. This the wheel on camera, we're riding here with Jesse Love. He's on the splitter on the 16X, getting in the middle of the corner, just riding right there on the track. Be interested to see if that's affecting the
the handling of that car at all, and the drive down the splitter, making the car tight. Chevy Chevy has been so dominant here, winning 14 of the last 16 races. Only one their first victory of the season a few weeks ago at Iowa. And he's controlling outside lane in that black and green 21 Love's Factory team. You see, it looks like Allgaier's having a little bit of a hard time staying sucked up tight to Sammy Smith, who's leading on the inside lane. To me, Austin Hill, you see right there, he gets to the back of Sam Mayer, is able to try to give him a push here on the exit of turn 2, and he just keeps generating another run right now. Allgaier looks tired quickly, though. He's not staying sucked up on the exit of those corners like the outside lane can right now. Third in line, Carson Buffer. Rookie who comes in a really good points position, but no doubt
We're going to see a lot of manufacturers helping each other, teammates helping each other. See 3, maybe even 4Y racing. We're undoubtedly going to see the big one, that's for sure. When does it happen? Only time will tell. Sammy Smith has managed to lead all the first 4 laps of this race somehow.
That's a great shot right there. You can see where the runs are coming from, the momentum of the outside net. Sanchez now, that's going to disrupt all of this because he made it 3 wide. That's going to change things that happen a row or 2 in front of them as well. Jumped out of line, had some help. That's Justin Haley behind the 48. And that 11. Got the Benedetto on the move early in the 99, making up a lot of ground. You see him there in the inside lane. On board with Jesse Love. 3 wides, a completely different race for these guys. The handling, you see Harrison Burton came out on the wrong end of that deal. Evans is going to be in the middle. Boyd's getting 3 wide, multiple rows deep. Burton's working together in the outside lane. And Harrison of the 25 to 27 is Jeb. Didn't hear Jesse Love had to check out the ball. Still seems to be worked up pretty well for him. First 4 laps, it was just like high-speed pace laps, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back through the top 15, 20 rows. But now they're starting to wake up a little bit. Seeing some 3 wide and starting to get aggressive throughout the back. Well, and it makes you think, right, it's new. We haven't been in the cars, we haven't drafted in a while. It's going to get our bearings, get used to this. Here we are, 5 laps in. First 3 wide, halfway back. The temptation is real in the draft. Now you see Sammy Smith able to clear Mayer side drafts the 7 again. And assume Sammy's going to stick with his team.
Connor Zilch is hanging out back. Can't blame him for doing so. She doesn't want to risk getting in the big one early.
Meanwhile, right here, screen update on the 88 of Connor Zilch. We knew he was going to drop to the rear. He has done that. They've scored in the 37th position. Just wants to avoid an accident. And once the caution comes out, he'll come down pit road. And we anticipate that's when they will make the driver change. If we look at the updated regular season standings as they went on track, Allgaier now up by a point on Zilch. Yeah, and Zilch told us, he's like, look, I want to stay close enough to the draft that I don't go a lot down if it runs green through the stage break, but I also want to be far enough back that I feel like I'm not going to get hard with the rest. That position he's in right now, they'll have to keep careful because I think it was Cesar Vaccarello was right behind him. If there's a caution, you get on the brakes too much, you can get right into. So you got to kind of manage all that. Sammy Smith in charge of the field. He's went more consistently than he ever had at Daytona. We're 8 laps in at the summer race.
Saw you were scoping out my tires the other day.
I need some dealers. I was going to ask you what those were.
Good eye. Those are Arturo tires. They really grip on the street and the trail. Kicked off, by the way. Stylish all-season tires from a company with an off-road racing heritage. Arturo puts performance within reach.
So, like NASCAR, but don't know who the people are. Here's some Toyota legends from all time. Meet Tiny Red. Trusted in Xfinity Series, and now he's here Basically, the Cinderella story is Cinderella Joe's Cinderella. Then there's John Hunter on the track. New kid on the block. All gas, no brakes. Oh, and Danny Hamilton. I heard Daytona. He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers. All legends. You think?
The mayor's gonna lead that lap.
You've done so much, Mark. You word of wisdom for the
One out of all the small teams, one team I definitely don't want to sleep on tonight is Leland Honeyman in that 70 car. You might have a tendency to show up later at the end if you can survive all the chaos. And there's a spin already. It's Harrison Burton. And are we going to stay green? Looks like we're staying green.
There's only one fuel that can drive the performance you demand from your car. New 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Only that's in the world. Behind every DIY is more hope than faith. Try this trick,
Yeah, you know, and I love the custom. It really does matter. It has such a big impact on the audience's experience.
It does, man. You know, and Megadeth drummers have always had cool kits. We all remember Nick's crazy cage, right? So, you know, so it's got to live up to that.
Yeah, you have the rack system, keep everything clean.
Yep.
Also kind of iconic.
Yeah, the Tama Power Tower rack, great stuff. And as you see, we even do some of the arms for the mics. You know, something
are bad.
I decided to do the grip tape and the gloves, which works nicely for
Cautions out for debris.
These are added on custom. Ozzy does all this.
Really?
Yeah.
This looks.
For pain in multiple spots like here, or here. Salon Boss patches stick firmly and remove comfortably once your pain is gone. Salon Boss. It's good medicine.
That's a good.
11 laps in here at Daytona. It's Steve Mayer who's in charge of the field. So Ford is out front. And Ford is talking just off when we were side by side. And now we get our first caution of the evening. And there you see Harrison Burton. Now the reason for the caution, we understand, is there is some rain. It's not for what happened with Harrison Burton when he got turned around.
Yeah, you'd think that they were going to have to throw a caution either way for that crush panel that you see laying in turn 3 and 4. This is huge for Zilich and Parker to be able to do this driver swap early in the race. So to get Parker a little more time in the track, he uses the car.
So they're going to work on the car of Harrison Burton. A whole lot going on earlier, and here's how things got away from him.
Yeah, this is coming off of turn 2. Check up and see what happens to the 25. Oh, it just looks like it was misjudged. I can't tell who that was.
It slid up. He was really driving through the field. Tried to slide up behind him. It looked like it, as you said, just misjudged a little bit.
Yeah, misjudged it by a foot or two. And it's interesting to see whether they were telling him clear or not. He would have made that move on his own, knowing the speed, you know, that the 25 or the momentum he had on the outside. But yeah, clearly, see right there, hooks Harrison Burton. That's huge, Adam. We talked about Harrison having that 30-point cushion on the playoffs. This completely changes his race because even though, as you see, the cowl panel blowing off right there, he's got 4 flat tires. It's blowing the crush panels out. It's really the splitters destroyed now. So that car is not going to have the speed that it did before the damage he has right here. So to me, that was makes Harrison run up more than Harrison. Totally not expecting that. Trying to figure out where that car even came from or who it was. Just minding his own business. But
look at this. When you talk about the advantage coming in 30 points, and now as they run on track, the advantage for Harrison Burton is 8. If you lost a lap, you'd probably take yourself out of any opportunity to gain stage points tonight. The door is open for Jeff Burton and Ryan Segan. What really makes this painful is the position they could have been in to get stage points because they were running right around the top 10. And here comes the 88 of Connor Zillich.
yeah, this will be fun to watch these guys do this driver swap. Everything they practiced at the shop earlier this week on how they're going to go go about this.
Connor coming down, pit stall number 1, so he'll drive all the way to the front end of pit road, and this is exactly what we anticipated. To follow the action, here's Dylan Welch.
Yeah, and as Jamie said, there was some practice being done by the team earlier this week in the shop. They wanted to actually try and do a little bit of a refresher on this driver change procedure earlier this afternoon. But you see Connor getting out of the race car, and Parker is standing by to climb aboard. They had this process.
All right, so driver change is taking place.
Earlier this week, feel like 2 minutes is the time, the maximum time they're going to get before they go a lap down. So that's kind of their target here that we'll watch as they make this driver change. The seat is basically the same. There's not really even a different insert for Parker as he climbs aboard. A couple pads in the headrest that you saw the team pull out there. And something interesting to note too, both these drivers, Parker and Connor, have lots of experience doing driver changes. They both have both raced sports cars, including here at Daytona in the Rolex 24 Hours. So they were actually helping the team earlier this week, teaching them some of the nuances of making this driver change as efficient as it can be. So Connor is out of the car, as you see on the right of the screen. Parker has climbed aboard. They'll get him buckled in here. And again, the 2-minute time window is kind of their target here. So nothing major to replace inside the car for Parker to get him comfortable. Car has been fitted for him, and he should be ready to go here once all the belts are tight, the steering wheel is on, and he'll be able to take this 88 car to the finish.
Yeah, it's great info, Dylan. And I would just tell you guys, I've done a lot of these driver changes by running, the 24 Hours of Daytona. It never goes as well when it's the race time. All that practice you have in the shop, everybody is just so calm. Once you start sweating, you're dealing with the heat of the car and of the drivers and everything. It's so much different, but as Dylan mentioned, they both have a little bit of a history of doing this. And as Parker gets ready to leave his stall right here, the seat will so have to be perfect, right? He knows he's going to have a little time. He comes back to pit road one more time, stop, get his belts adjusted. It's something's not right, come back in and fix it. The biggest thing here is that they didn't lose a lap, and they've got the switch already done. So great job by that whole team.
Harrison Burton lost 2 laps with the spin, but they get the free pass here.
That's huge.
One of those laps for him. It's huge because we're going to get another caution coming up at the end of the stage. Caution out for a little bit of precipitation, not for this. Roll call on all of you return.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
How do you like some cracked windshield? But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com. From local shops in Portland, Maine, to national garages in Portland, Oregon, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service are here to keep your business moving at full speed. At SCHU, we support you from the beginning.
Initially called me and said, what are you looking for? I don't have ability to attend school in the morning or in the afternoon. And she said, perfect, we have that here for you. And now I'm here. I graduated with my bachelor's. Stay the course. Because so many of my universities just gave me that spark back to say, like, it is possible. Go to smhu.edu.
Picture this. It's 102 in the shade, and you're closer to the sun than anything. But it's cool, because you're cool. You're geared up in true work. High-performance workwear engineered for skilled pros who demand the best. Light, airy, flexible, and strong. This is technical gear that sets you apart, so you can show them what you're really doing. When the temperature and the stakes are rising, true work helps you be your best. Where the best matters most. No sweat. Welcome to the Proof Welcome to fist bumping, silver thumb ring, metal drum tape, it's all nothing. For 26 weeks of the year. Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
Coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Halfway through the opening stage for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here in Daytona. Getting a little rain, so we're under caution. A whole lot happening in the first 15 laps. Let's get an update, Team 88, and send it down to Dylan Walsh.
Yeah, ultimately job done today for Connor Zillage. Took care of the race car and has turned it over now to Parker Kligerman. So with the belts tight and everything feel okay for you inside the cockpit?
Yeah, it all felt good. As I expected, I just, like I said before, it's just not worth the risk to put myself in danger of having a big wreck and re-injuring something that's so freshly injured. So, I'm glad that I was able to hand it to Parker. There's not many guys I'd rather have than him. So, I'm excited to watch him. Obviously, sucks getting out of a car that's as fast as Xfinity Bubble, and I know it's capable of winning the race, but I got confidence in Parker that he'll do a good job.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You've seen somebody else drive your car from the start of the race to the finish early today. Was it tough to get out of it and watch it drive away, not be behind the wheel of it?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it. Like earlier this week, I was like, man, this is going to be, I know that I'm not good enough, and today came, and every day I started feeling better, and I was like, man, I wish I could just stay in. Nobody pulled me out, but it's part of it. It shouldn't be part of it, but because I fell off my race car, it is part of it. So, I'm glad that I have a team that sticks behind me through it all, and fortunate to have a car that's really fast. I know Parker will have fun driving the WeatherTech car, and hope he does well, and I'll be cheering him on.
This kid's always in good spirits, and he'll do the team proud, cheering his own race car on the rest of the night tonight.
I can't imagine how hard that is to get out, knowing that you feel okay, but I would just say that big picture, you think about the championship and where we're going next week to a road course where we've seen him be dominant all year long. It's the best decision. I mean, you look at some of the wrecks he's had at Daytona earlier this year, Talladega, big hits. Great decision by him as we see Jesse Love and Sanchez coming down pit road here.
Yeah, Progressive pit road is open. A few takers. We start with Kim.
Yeah, including Nick Sanchez and Matt White in orange 48. It was entry and exit very loose. So loose, in fact, Nick said I almost lost it a couple times. This will be a bit of a longer stop only because they're making significant adjustments on the race car, Dylan.
Same for the two-car. Jesse Love reported early in the run he was all over the place and then doubled back and said he was all over the splitter and had no rear grip, which was causing him, as you would expect, to be loose. So they'll make a chassis adjustment. You saw that at the right of the screen. 4 tires and fuel for the two-car.
And here's what I would say you pit here, and then you can likely run all the way to the end of the second stage on fuel with those caution laps that you get at the end of stage 1. So a little bit of a strategy play here, in addition to the fact that he would button up the race car and where it needs to be. But he has executed the rhythm change. Zillage is out. Kligerman is in. And they executed perfectly, staying ahead of the curve, but they're very much in the game here at Daytona International Speedway.
Men, get ahead of your curve with a book. Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
When my doctor gave me breastfeed for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breastfeed gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flares.
Breastfeed will replace a breast inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It's not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breastfeed if prescribed. Breastfeed may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breastfeed.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this, get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe Life Repair, Safe Life Replace.
A ring with no bone. It's no less smoky.
That was beautiful, Pop.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love wings. You too.
There it is.
Toby?
Today, you're meeting for coffee. Pick it up. And then before you know it, hey, you're meeting the family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having your credit in rewards with a little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow.
Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wonder American Express card. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Weekly News, anytime, anywhere. Tap the app or go to KCLA.com and get caught up. KCLA News, sponsored by Scratch Along. On the show, one man's home.
Sounds like I love you, I scratched your truck.
It's pitted against him.
It would take a long time to roll that picture.
Somebody trimmed my fingernails while I was asleep.
No matter what's thrown his way, he's still standing. Hang that up quickly.
Yeah.
Colby, last man standing. Weeknights at 6 on My 58. The NASCAR Xfinity Series is taking America by storm. By viewing races in a whole new way. Young hotshot drivers who race with nothing to lose.
These guys are here to shake up NASCAR.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series. Catch every race on the CW on My 58. Apex at Red Hawk is a proud local sponsor of the CW on My 58's coverage of NASCAR.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
I have to open this a little bit then. Is the aircon on? The aircon on?
No.
No?
No.
I took up the meat and then go for the eating.
Here at Daytona for rain. We not lost the track. They not brought the cars down pit road. Just one little shower there that's barely catching the track. And if the radar doesn't change and that continues to move east, we should be good. It just got the one to go, in fact. So we've executed the choose. We're ready to restart. Let's go back to what happened to one of our playoff contenders, Harrison Burton, getting turned around.
Yeah, we talked about Matt Benedetto just judging, moving up, trying to get in line on the outside lane, the pass Matt's up. Tremendous amount of positions from the start of the race. Let's take a look and listen and see what Matt had to say.
Sorry, totally misjudged. Yeah, we're fine. I just misjudged trying to get up to the top.
Let's get a 25 update. Harrison Burton, here's Dylan.
Yeah, a couple things. So those crush panels blew out. One of them actually came up and hit Harrison in the shoulder. So he said he's feeling okay, but the crew was in there trying to pour some water on it just to kind of cool it down. He's also got a radio button issue that has fallen off of the steering wheel, it sounds like, and was laying in his lap. So he's working on that. And the biggest thing, back to those crush panels they're working on, just making sure the fumes don't get too bad inside the cockpit. So Danny Eflin and the entire crew have been down here just trying to patch this car up during multiple stops under this caution flag. Let's listen to some team radio as they diagnose several issues here on the 25.
Well, these images, look at his eye water, on his eyes.
It's almost like his eyelids are stuck shut. You see him trying to get some water on there.
Simply Safe bringing you this onboard look at the glove off. He's pouring the water in there. Just incredible stuff that you're seeing with that Simply Safe onboard camera.
You got to think of when that crush panel came out and the tire cut down. There's fabric off the tires, the debris off the track. And some of that somehow he said it got in the back of his neck, but it also obviously it's gotten up in his helmet. Maybe some of those shavings have gotten in his eyes.
NASCAR did add a lap before we return to the green flag, so it's going to be a couple of minutes here before we get racing again in the stage.
That's going to be hard. I mean, you have to have perfect vision. You're constantly looking way ahead, making all these split-second decisions. Take a look right here. You're going to see him grab his shoulder. Oh, you see that? See the debris flying? Yeah, you can see that. That's when he's driving back to pit road slowly on the track, and that metal came up. Look at that. Wow. And you can see the debris also flying around inside of the car right there. That's fabric, I think, probably from the tire, or they're just debris off of the racetrack. He's had a hell of a day so far. With the radio button, the tire blowing out, the fact that that got him and hit him in the back of the neck, that his eye, like he obviously got something in.
Flash. Wow. Smell it.
Claim a calculated scholarship right now. Up to $1,500 for college or career training.
Well, he had to spin, and he did a great job with that big car off the wall. But no caution comes out because he didn't hit anything. He lost 2 laps in the cycle, got 1 lap back when we get the caution that came out for rain. And we're going to get another caution here in 10 laps when we end the stage. But NASCAR has now added 1 more lap before we return to the green flag. And I'm assuming they just want to make sure, where the track is as far as its condition with the rain that we've had. 88 had already made a couple of pit stops with the driver change. They came down for service, and Parker clearly
Ron's there. There's a lot of trouble. This is David when he's late for work. He runs like this. If you run the work, that's actually true. Women with it. Just different effects stuff. Just to be a little bit weird, but different. Down here. So, very loose. You guys out there always say it's tight, more longevity. You want to be able to play for more time. You've got numbers. They're waiting. So, 67. So when I'm playing, I look down and look, it's a little heavy. I got to pick up a lighter stick. Legless right now. I'm not switching to Roxanne. Hey, Johnny has been with me forever. I use Ultimate Ears, Terry Harvey's a dear friend. Check this out. I got my kids on my in-ears. How freaking cool is that? Look at that. Now, they asked me to go put a picture on it. It's a bird drone case. The best drone case company on the planet. So they actually carry this stuff everywhere. I got that guys, they've been around for 19 whatever. My kids are crazy. Super support. I got that guy one day. Butt kick. When I hit the kick, it's 9,000 pedals. Using 9,000 hi-hats on a big diamond shape and all that. Now we're trying to go back to those ones. But I love the 9,000 pedals. Everyone's like, why do you use those in Ford? I went to the 5,000 to my last man argue of anyone, the DeLeo brothers. Because Robert DeLeo is making like so far back and laid back. Those pedals have
It's Swedish. Doesn't flow right. Next food.
Well, there's really no need for a Lucky Charms when you ride.
Not with America's #1 motorcycle insurance. That's your black. We're just going to the other side to go after a while. Next food.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Foley, Velocity Auto Body LLC. Why'd you go home? Where'd you put the twins' name?
Yeah, but stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days.
Oasis Breeze and Inspire. Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Or sure, the right money moves aren't as absurd as you think. If you have a small business, you might not know you can get some money right away. Paying for stuff you don't need. Until now, introducing the new 5-year plan from Horizon Business. Choose exactly what you want. Pay only for what you need. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Right now, get our best price, as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. Why this plan? Only from Horizon Business.
Love your plug-in solution for pest control? Meet the Febreze Plug Set Booster. Enjoy the same 50 days of continuous service Febreze Plug, including the cord and flexible placement option and a boost button for extra service. Febreze Plug Set Booster.
Drive will be taken. Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
Like the cracked windshield. But if you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Check confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
Welcome to the freeway. Welcome to Fist Bumps. Cylinder Coffee. Metal Crunching. 26 weeks of the year. Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. Toyota, let's go places. And by Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. I feel like a real genius because we're going to break, and I said, you know, one of the great ways to keep heating the track when you're getting some race, leave the cars out there. And just as soon as I say that, we go to break. And our first caution of the night is turned to red. They brought everyone down pit road. And you can see the AMR safety team has gone right over to Harrisonburg to check on him. This is something we've never seen before. The degree inside the car and the discomfort that he was experiencing there.
Yeah, they obviously saw the same thing we did, where, you know, as he was rolling around trying to get back to pit road, the tire is flat and the rubbers are on the tire. You see it's tearing the crush panel out right there. And once that crush panel is out, there's an opening inside the car, and so you can see that tire from the inside. And something came up and came inside of this car, and it's incredible that it even fit between the headrest and the seat. But you see that fly up in there. You see hit him in the neck or the shoulder. He's holding that. And then just the debris, his visor is cracked right there as he's rolling back to pit road. And something that got not one of his eyes, but it looked like it was in both. And I would say this red flag, if you want to call it a blessing, it is for Harrison to be able to come in and get another bottle of water, be able to just get your bearings and figure out if he had the radio button issue. He had something in his eyes, he got whipped in the back. I mean, he's had it all going on today. So I was sound encouraged by the fact that he's on pit road now, he's stopped, and he appears to be in a much better place than he was when he was riding around, and he was dumping the water and all of it. We were coming to green, but one time I don't think he can go green, because I don't think he can see right now. But as we look at that, it's like whatever was in his eyes is now out. See a rear view mirror adjustment right there for Jeff. Let's get an update on that 27, Kim.
Yeah, so Jeff Burton, cousin of Harrison Burton, also with an issue. So we had those other guys with issues during this Daytona race. Jeff, though, with a great issue. Early in the run, he described the race as pulsing a little when he was pushing them. Crew chief Mark Spencer came on and said, there's way too much brake flow for a super speedway. Likely an issue, so maybe dial some rear brake into it. This is the most recent radio transmission now.
I've always used the brake. You know, I gotta use the brakes always the guy in front of me, but I'm trying not to use them quite as much. Or just be watching the rotors this time and see if it does it again.
Well, you wouldn't use enough brake here to make the rotors go up. I mean, you might use a lot of guys will not roll all the way out the throttle, use the brake as you're managing the draft and those gaps that you have. But he's not going to use it. There would be a brake issue if the brake rotors are blowing, like whether the caliper sticking or a master cylinder not releasing. But you wouldn't typically see brake rotors go up.
Great view of Jeff just sitting in the race car there and probably collecting his thoughts and then putting a plan together in his mind before we go green. And then you can see everything going on there inside that race car, courtesy of our state water heater's onboard camera. And I'm just thinking about the situation for Jeff, what Harrison's dealt with. And then I go Ryan Sieg, right? Because so many factors coming into tonight that you knew this was the race. Those drivers could win, lock themselves into the playoffs, Or you can have the craziness happen like what we're seeing unfold and open the door for someone to have a huge game from a points perspective.
Well, and as Harrison had his issue, I was in my mind thinking there's a long ways to go. Like he's not out of this yet because all it takes is Sieg or Jeb to get caught up in the wreck in the next stage, and he might still have his same advantage going into Portland next weekend, but. And the stress of points. I mean, you work all year long, and here we are, 3 races to go, and Harrison just not doing anything wrong gets wiped out from the misjudgment of Matt Benedetto on the backstretch, and that results in everything else that's happened over the last 10 minutes to him. And then the fact that it looked like Jeb was sitting in a good position, and now he might have a brake issue. Honestly, I think I'd rather be in Harrison's position, knowing what I have versus the unknowns and what Jeb has with possibly having a brake issue.
As we sit here under the red flag in Daytona, we remind you WWE NXT is the baddest brand in sports entertainment with the best female division. It's an all-new NXT Tuesday 8/7 Central right here on the CW. Here's a special guest.
Yeah, we're very excited to welcome Vic Joseph to the broadcast. He's the voice of NXT, so essentially play-by-play announcer for WWE NXT. You were telling me about this is your first race ever. You're very excited. What are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
Well, my cousin Phil was a diehard NASCAR fan. Loved Martin Truex Jr. now, so I'm excited to be here because I feel he's here with me. I don't get to see him much, but just to be around the atmosphere. I mean, this is Daytona International Speedway. It's a place like no other. And the first time I was
Well, red flag is out, everyone.
I kind of freaked out. The hair kind of grew out the background. It was awesome.
I love the energy.
This red flag, we haven't lost the check completely.
Those are high-energy sports. From what you've seen so far, what are the parallels between the two?
Well, for the Xfinity series specifically, the next step is the Cup Series. Well, NXT, the next step is Raw or SmackDown. So that's kind of like getting your feet wet, getting some stuff underneath you, picking up a few wins, picking up some momentum, and really learning and honing in on your craft to take that next step. So as much as the race, the cup drivers out here at the Xfinity Series want to win Daytona at the next level, the NXT Superstars want to make that WrestleMania. So that's really a good parallel between the two.
We call it the series remains our name.
That's very true. So that's the same thing in WWE. You can make moments. We're all about being moment makers on NXT.
We're going to enjoy the race. You pulling for anybody specific?
You know what? I just want a safe race, a clean race, and this weather to go away. That's what I want right now.
All right, we love our Vic Joseph, the voice of NXT.
Well, Kim, that's one thing we all agree on. We want the rain to go away so we can actually get back racing. Still some precipitation in the area. We have lost the track. And here's the updated radar. Just about to sneak by, and then we can grab the day.
Same thing, 18.
Get back to racing here at Daytona.
Paper thin, these are neutral. It's going to be inverter here. Pretty much everything's okay, actually.
Yeah, I've been doing this a
And then,
lot.
what we got?
But ever since I started taking Blue Shield, the Taurus has been insane.
The fat hats,
Hey, no touching me.
15 inch. We got the trash black, I believe it's 9. Yeah, 9 inch. The K Sweet Ride 21.
Get your first
It's
month
like
free
perfect
at
amount of like
Lucy.com.
wash for like doing the rock thing, but also doing it down. Very, very versatile.
This stack over here is the Velociraptor and $100,000 cash. This is the biggest sweepstakes yet. I'm Dan. One of the founders of every year we give you the chance to win. All you have to do is go to the buy any.
It kind of makes this cool, trashy slash like on the track, like super tight. That's super tight hat thing. It's gonna have some options. And of course, 18-inch Oriental from China. For heads, plain and
Feel significant symptom relief at
and
4 weeks with Guarantee.
can't go wrong with it. Thick guy, shut up rolling.
Significantly improved damage of the intestinal lining.
That's, obviously used for example, Sonic, and occasionally, moving in there or whatever.
Serious allergic
We got DW hardware, 9,000 pedals for hats and for double pedal. And all hardware is also DW as well. Oh, okay, so check this out. So these are rock walks, and they roll. So there's a lot of different, companies that make, and they roll alcohol. And the reason, as you get it, back issue, swag.
everything the drumming community.
Cerakote's true ceramic technology has just the right amount of shine and lasts up to 10 times longer than traditional dressings. Just wipe it off to get professional showroom shine without the greasy mess that stains on your vehicle. You can trust Cerakote's #1 selling family of products with over 60,000 5-star reviews. This is the best high coat of protection you'll ever use, guaranteed. Buy today for under $20.
Hey, Modern Drum Leaders. Here we are at the Katsaya Center in Miami. I'm Tony Escapa, drum leader Mark, and I'm just going to give you a rundown.
Also, Ray here at Daytona, the NASCAR Xfinity Series racing on Friday night. Let's do it as well. CW, we have never watched the track. The target is Louisville Beach Stars, the NASCAR racing event lined up before we go racing once again. But it was on them. It'll be a making it happen. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's been a long day for Harrison Burton as well. I mean, we just get started. We already there's so much fun ahead. Let's start on driver 25 here. Hey, Harrison, it's Jay Mack and CW. Wow, 21 laps in, you had a lot happen to you so far. We see from this in-car perspective, we saw it looked like you got hit in the back, the shoulder, the neck was something. So you grab that and then something in your eyes. Take us through that whole procedure.
Let's start with the drums. For this tour, I have the design series from VW. They're acrylics, and basically 10 by 8, 12 by 9, 14 by 12, 16 by 14, and 18 by 16, if I'm not mistaken. 22 by 8 kick drum. And I have a double edge snare drum. This is actually electric maple center, double edge. I have another killer snare drum here. I don't remember the type of balance of Xfinity Emperor on top, Ebony, the extra auxiliary snare drum. Bass drum I have PS3 Ebony as well, to keep it all, the same color. I have feisty cymbals, and I have a combination of colors here. I actually love everything that Feisty has. They have a great variety of cymbals, and for any situation, I play a lot of different styles, rock, jazz, studio, creative stuff. Super consistent. That's the type. It's amazing. And just to take it to, I will say, going around, and not really have a lot of time to I love the consistency that Feisty has. And just to take you through, I have some prototypes. These are prototypes. It's amazing. I like it.
And on days when they didn't have it, he was able to take some out. And on days when they were in a position to be out and really overachieve, and for them to be in this position is just outstanding. And he's racing for playoff position with his cousin Jeb. We talked so much about it. Listen to 27 radio talking about what's been going on with cousin Harris.
I wouldn't say Harrison got a whole horse of it. He wrecks it. He doesn't anything. He wrecks in front of the whole field to do something. He doesn't have anything. He's a little cool. We just gonna keep putting our racing like we have all the years.
Well, that's not a little better. It's family, right? So you don't ever want to root against them. But he's right. In racing, you do have to be a little bit lucky, and things have to go your way. And I'm a big fan of that. You make your own luck, and sometimes things don't go your way, and you make the most out of it. But yeah, that's good. Well, family rivalry up there. I like it. What a wild day we've had here at Daytona. We've had a lot of wild days here. We've had riding and qualifying canceled and everything that's happened in the first stage of the race. Track looking good though here in Central Florida.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking them both felt significant injuries as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Remember your ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma, skin, serious allergic reactions,
simple.
death, heart attack,
Good
and stroke
group.
occur.
Use a lot of Mexican, a lot of other legendary drummers used to use the 602 classic. I think Vinny as well. Anyway, I have a 22-inch medium ride. This is a 19 pin crash right here. I have a 18 pin crash. I have a 20 paper pin crash. This is the PSCX track cymbal, 20-inch. This is a great cymbal to make a lot of noise with. I have the PSCX hi-hats, 14-inch. I have a quick, I think these are 8 prototypes hi-hats. These are super awesome. I hope that one day you can get them. These are super happy. Hi-hats, 8-inch. And my hi-hat, the 15-inch medium hats, 602. I love to have the ride and the hi-hat to be the same model symbol. Everything else I can switch around, but usually I always want to have the same ride and hi-hats. Cowbells. The Raul Pineda signature cowbell. This is just a regular downtown Zimbabwe cowbell here on my left that I also use. I combine a lot of Latin stuff with the drums, like a lot of greats, like Alfredo, Negro, Alex, and all the guys that are legendary. A lot of Latin stuff that's happening. It calls for that. I have some Earthworks mics, BM20s, where I actually mounted the 402, 4 drivers, 500, and I'm about to get to the Davinci pretty soon. I use Vader's drumsticks. These are my babies. These are some signature sticks that I use, but I did some funky logo here. But these are basically H220s. So go get them. Vader H220. Electronics, I have the Yamaha ETX12. I have some sound samples in here. And as far as my audio, I have this thing called a Slang controller. And I have a separate mix of everything. We talk about drum stereo mix, band stereo mix. I have brass, play vocals, keyboards on their own. I have a lot of things that are. I have this about very loud, I guess. Oh, W phone can't leave home without that. I leave my phone there all the time. I can get calls while I'm playing the show.
$100,000 cash.
Little things help more than my last guarantee. It's called Candy, a lifelike plush toy design.
Hey everybody in Modern Drummer Land, my name is Jason Harkness. I'm currently on the tour with Ted Nugent. We're here at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida.
Ted Nugent like it. He also plays out. I think it's good. But
Stuart Copeland, brass drum. As you see, I got both of them backup and a main. I'm using a 24 by 14, a 12 by 18, a 16 by 15, which is phenomenal. When Earl first showed it to me earlier in 2023, before many years, I also use Latin percussion as a woodblock and a large theater or something. You're not going to hear a shot to the front of the house. So we use the red LP block that really allows us to cut the Chad Smith red cowbell, so it kind of matches the whole red theme because it really allows that sensitivity that you can get for more higher tone, but you can also tune it really low and really fast and on this tour, usually I use coded echoes for clear sound blackouts, but for this tour we decided to use clear echoes just because we need a little bit more sustain. This kid, acrylic drums, we wanted more undertones instead of just attack.
So we went with those. And because the people with the red drum kit theme, the front head, the acrylic is clear. The back head is the color tone, so it really allows that kind of depth and artisan paths, so the crashes I have are the AX 19-inch, which is really loud, really nice warm tones, but for this gig, you know, we play at large theaters like this or amphitheaters, so you kind of need something that really, really cuts through. So the crashes I have are the AX 19-inch Explosion and AX 20-inch Explosion, and 14-inch Artisan paths, which I absolutely love. They still get that nice crisp sound to them, but I'm still able to get a little bit more washy tone. That really allows the cut things. This is probably the loudest ride cymbal of all time. It is the 22-inch Paragon ride. The logos have been washed off this thing because I've been using this for a long time. But this ride cymbal, if you look at it, it goes big. And then we've got a 19-inch AX Street, which is absolutely phenomenal because unlike some Chinos, you hit it and it's dead. This one has a little bit more of a sizzle tone when you attack the cymbal, so it's really, really cool. And again, it cuts right through the mix. And you know, with this gig, the guitars are very, very loud up front, so anything that we're able to kind of use to jump through the mix is really, really phenomenal. And these cymbals, and especially these acrylic drums, really help. The bass drum, the customizations that I've had done on this, not only 70s pearl lugs, but also some T-claws to bring in that more vintage tone. And the stock crystal beats come with acrylic bass drum, but I wanted to try something different.
What's your mindset?
And what's up? I mean, really, play drum Fall Out Boy, of course. Here to show you my kit. To start, we got the Roland Xfinity SX sample pad that I use on a few different songs, mainly like 808 percussion type stuff that I can't do otherwise, or like 808 snare that just sounds like a weird sample anyway. I just switched to Zildjian, so I got a 15-inch U-beat hi-hat that I really love. Zildjian's where I started. And I also recently switched to Tama, which was the first kit I had. I probably have Lars to thank for that, wanting to play in the first place. Anyway, I got the 15 new beat, 19.
Yeah, that's right. It's been, I'm sure, a whirlwind couple of weeks for everybody on this team, including the Ball State Junior. So let's get Parker's flowers here. Why was he the right guy for the job in this situation? Well, about the same size, trying to get somebody in and out of the car and get them in there comfortable, important. And Parker won the truck race here earlier this year. And so it's just
Billy Coffey, and what you're looking at is
the only big
give or take.
That he would be excited to do it. Really, there's, you know, not too much stuff.
I recorded an album on the TRP.
We want to give Connor the opportunity to get in the car and start. And hoping he's going to be well enough to do that. But we never considered him doing more than that. And
it was
so
working, we went to tours, stuff like that. Right now, I can't no mounts or anything. That somebody said, you know, maybe you ought to check out, see if Billy Coffey owns these or not. Drums, and with the help of my good partner, Don Camilo, we literally made this a reality. So here we are. It's not that bad
this year that in these moments that are
All right, everyone, we're 22 laps into the Xfinity race at Daytona, the Wawa 250. We're under a small weather delay again. There's a small rain shower, but we haven't completely lost the track. We're set to go back to yellow any moment now. Sam Mayer is your leader. Sammy Smith is second. Austin Hill third. They're talking to Dale Jr. right now. Connor Zillish just got out of his car, and Parker Kligerman is in the 88 now. We just talked to him also. So far, it's been the night's still young, that's for sure. Connor Zillish or Parker Kligerman is 36 right now. The caution was for rain, not for Harrison Burton's spin, albeit there was debris on track. Kind of another questionable call again, but it is what it is. I'm just tired of complaining about NASCAR's officiating because we already know how they are. What else? Apparently, when when Harrison Burton spun, apparently some sheet metal from his tires got into his car and hit him on the left shoulder, and he had to seek some minor medical attention. He should be all good for the rest of the race. So, yeah, of course, my second pick already got
Hall of Famer, so he's an asset anywhere. But man, at Daytona and in the draft, Dale is just such a good
another base
for all of these drivers.
I hope I'm not making you guys busy. But anyway, and then we've got an 18 on this side. It's a 16 4-time. All right. Over here I have what's the name of this stupid thing? The SLP or what? Right there. SLP. That's a new bit. This wasn't even thought of back in the day. But I got one of these as my alternative there. The 1410. And I use it for just to make everything sound a little bit more body on certain things, especially on shuffle. And so I like to try to use it as a color to bring certain other things out. And then when I go back to the main stereo, it's something that I made myself. It works really well to cut through all of the deepness and the tones that come with this kind of show. It's so recording with me way back and got somebody to put all of that stuff together I forget what they call it. It's a color. But anyway, they faded in. The thing about it is called the shot. Yeah, and remind me of what I used to have when I wasn't there. And these I call it a shot. Not even a year, not even a full season. Awesome to see what Connor did pull off. The respect industry-wide for Connor Zillish is at such a high level. It's been fun to watch the season that he has put together. So we continue and the drums. It's not the cymbal and the drums is set. So everything has to have an overall relationship. The hi-hat and on-band line. And that's what's been happening with me with some symphony companies since about 1960. Yeah. Could be or not.
Halo Top Chocolate Punch Brownie has brownie chunks and batter swirls.
Hey, Jeremy Colson, Steve Light drummer here in last show.
Can confirm. Very easy.
Daylight can come get you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your
on a series. It's like 16 by 16, 18 by 16, base drum that's 20 by 16, that 22 back to
Despite treatment, it's
this is
still
an
not
optimal
control.
right here.
But now I have Rin Go.
Right
A
here.
non-standard pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast.
Couple of rock
Some get significant itch as early as 2 days, and some achieve dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many have clear skin and less itch even at 4 years.
Before treatment, test for TB and develop serious infections or clots, cancers, lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions,
China, those are great.
See the event risk increases on 4 times with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events, infection, and start rating on. Some say a lot of songs and infection.
Section and rash of eczema. China and like this is really, really sweet. So bell right here, another set of hi-hats. We just made Tara here in lineup with the screen. Australian Average. I got it for 5 or 6 years.
It's been insane.
In fact, like how it sounds.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve your work performance in your car can be done for $120?
So it's Australian Average. Try to be practicing while I'm playing and play it.
It's that easy.
And the last thing are my drumsticks. These are
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep.
It's another driver you can't count out tonight. One of the great veterans of the Xfinity Series. Let's talk to him.
Hey, Jeremy, this is Jamie back up in the
And
CW booth.
you can see right here, modern drum. We have
I think that's that screen. Wake up, or you're going to talk to us again. Look, we just watched your highlight win here in 2022. What sticks out to you about that day?
A 6.5 3mm aluminum snare. That's a 14-inch. And splash, China, and then ice bell, and kind of call it W9000. Here, have
You moved to number 3 on the all-time starts list in the Xfinity Series behind Kenny Wallace and Jeff Green. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment, Jeremy.
I know that you sit there, you'll see that. As of like, I crash, do that, and then 26 inch. Okay, so here I'll go down 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 26 inch.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you learned in the first 21 laps here of your car tonight. I mean, you feel like you have a car that you can win with tonight, or where do you feel like you're stacking up?
18-inch medium thin crash. And then next our rock concert tour, I say quiet, we made these locks. Show. So it's a little different setup than concert rig. And here, same thing. We have a screen. As you can see here, there. You can see the stuff.
Just make you feel like everyone we talk to is complaining about the way their cars are. So I think it's kind of a common theme throughout the field.
Which
Which is best of luck.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
Paul Mendino, one of our Blue Man captains.
Spartanburg, South Carolina, and you get the numbers there where he fits in
All
on the all-time start list. And if he sticks with it and comes back in 2026 next summer, he'll become the all-time leader. He passed Jeff Green and Kenny Wallace 25 races or so away from clinching that. It's been a fun career for him, and I will say, yeah, this is a family operation. Every time you walk in the garage, you see his dad Tony hanging around. There's been times when his dad Tony actually served as the crew chief on this car for a long time, built the engines for this 51. They just stick with it and always find a way. The fact that he has been able to take this family operation and win a couple of times at this level is really special and just such a fresh approach and attitude.
Well, his attitude's contagious. When we met with him earlier this year, before the season started, I felt under that we all had a smile on our face and we're laughing. He's got such a good outlook on life, and his perspective on everything is awesome. And he's a favorite among the fans just because of that attitude. And hard not to want to pull for a guy like that.
As we work things out here at Daytona, let's go back to our studio.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, we know Daytona is always a big race, but this one is also meaningful. It's the 6th year that the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation has partnered with Xfinity and the Cup Series to honor a cancer hero, running names of cancer heroes on the car. And Carson Wawa sponsoring 3 special stories of Rick Ballman, Mike Frank, and Stephanie Kearns. Now, Kearns underwent breast cancer treatment 2 separate times in her journey. Her favorite driver, none other than the #1 of Carson Wawa. And get this, if Carson were to possibly sneak a win, steal a win tonight, Kearns is in attendance, and we're being able to see that. So just a really great initiative in NASCAR. Tim?
Yeah, as we look at some of those cancer heroes presented by Alvin Huff, on the driver's side of the name rail of Williams Tawala's car, you'll see the name Alex Santelman. That was one of Williams' best friends. They've known each other since 1st grade. They grew up together in Minnesota. But on January 1st of this year, Alex woke up with pain in his upper right leg and was later diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of bone cancer. Now, despite that devastating news, Alex's resolve has never wavered. Even in the face of cancer, Alex refuses to let go of his dreams. You see him there with his friend William. He plans to attend Bethel University and play football. So some really inspiring stories through this program. So we want to thank Martin Truex Jr. Foundation and the NASCAR Foundation as we honor cancer heroes.
No doubt, Kim, it's been a very special relationship. There you see Williams Tawala sitting on the pit lane. And another driver that we have high hopes for tonight when you consider what they've done recently, such a strong summer. And, it didn't work out for them at Watkins Glen. They were caught up in that big crash, but someone that was running really, really strong late in this race in February here at Daytona.
They had a rough start to the season. High hopes with Swalwich coming into this year, and the beginning of the season didn't go. I mean, they had speed, but they just weren't getting the finishes. A lot of accidents. But yeah, I mean, they've been super consistent here of late, and the speed has been there as well. I just, I've said this about Eckes earlier today. You expect that out of rookies. You're going to have some ups and downs. I think Zilich has set such a high mark for rookies this year that it kind of changed your perspective. But I think Williams done a great job and continues to get better each week.
Well, you and I talked to Jeff Mittering a couple of weeks ago, his crew chief, who's a veteran, has worked with so many young drivers. And he couldn't hide the confidence that he has in William and the changes that he has made and the growth that he has seen. You and I from a distance can analyze it, but we don't really know.
Yellow's back
but
out.
Jeff Mittering is a guy that's had a front row seat for it all, and obviously is the leader of the team. And when we heard that from him, that was outstanding. So they fired the engines, cars are rolling off, and we'll get ready to finish this opening stage.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. And what a night we've had so far with the qualifying getting canceled because of lightning, and then didn't get going on time to start the race, and got a little bit in, and had a little bit of rain. We had it all today. What's next?
And I would say we're at 7 or 8 laps to go in the stage. When you're on the other side of the break, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series live on a Friday night. It's
Oh shit, here, welcome to a live stream.
Was always my strong suit. And psoriasis strips it away. Until I got clearer skin. With Bimzelx, I can't wait to say I'm back.
Only Bimzelx targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm inflammation. Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief.
Most people got 100% clear skin, some after the first dose.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say I'm back.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx, also approved for psoriatic arthritis and itching.
Dinner's easy tonight. Wings to go.
We got boneless buffalo wings, raw parmesan, sweet chili, and a whole stack of napkins in case it gets messy. Right, Bob?
I've been eating wings since before you had teeth.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Big Man when you need the protection of Batman.
It won't be much too fast, baby. Be more square. Just form dermatologist.
That's why you need a really
Good one, baby. Do a podcast or something. That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when you're State Farm.
Behind every DIY.
There's more hope than you think.
Try this trick, hang on.
Sometimes hell is to live. There's some things that just got to go.
Try to two books together.
Mom,
You just do it yourself. You have to read all by yourself.
there.
How can I help?
What?
I'm here to tell us. Switch to Gusto for payroll.
Those are bunnies, there's some orange out there.
Gusto, it's effortless. By looking cool in this jacket. Okay.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. Get this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot. A high-performance hideout for cars that trade chaos. New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, I bet. Every apex you nail, every second you shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. With that ton, it is. We
On the code.
Looking for a cable news network which respects all Americans? Then you have a new home with News Nation. See why News Nation is news for all Americans. To find News Nation on your smart screen, go to newsnationnow.com. Let's do a little 21 radio. Here's Austin Hill as we anticipate the green flag.
When we get back going here, saying that it could potentially be looking like 50 things, or what do you think? You can just pop it up like you don't want anything better. Other than a little cells on top of it. Now it's coming up,
So lap 50 is the halfway point. That would make tonight's race official. And I would say normally you could have a red flag and drive the track and all that later. But the reality is we've already had such a long delay, so that could factor into how NASCAR manages the night if we get more rain. Front row for the restart.
All right, here we go. We're back to green after the rain delay.
Those front four guys all locked together trying to one of them trying to get an advantage here. Saw this on the last start. Took multiple laps for that to get sorted out. We only get 8 laps to go, 6 laps to go on the stage. Championship wants to get as many stage points as he can right here. Got his teammate right in front of him, Sammy Smith.
Sammy Smith got to win a rocking hand. Take everything you can get. Same for Sam Mayer. Got the win.
I think we'll get this race in before the night is done.
He's going to pick up, but we got to get to the end of the stage first.
I would say is this could be a little bit of a dress rehearsal for a late restart at Toyota. The scheduled distance, when you put yourself in these positions, you can learn what you might be able to do later on. If a similar circumstance arises, let's go on the stage and we continue side by side in those first 5 or 6 rows.
Yeah, and if you go back about 6 rows to the blue and white car, you see Anthony Alfredo had a big run on the outside. Christian Eckes pulled up the long tandem, turns 3 or 4 the last time by. And a little bit of momentum here. We'll see if he tries to sneak back to the outside. He's so far around on the very top that they're 2 wide on the bottom.
6 rows deep, 2 wide, some 3 wide back there. As they come through the trial, we'll back to the start-finish line. To go stage 1.
Time to go.
Dead even on the front. Like neither of those lanes can get any momentum built up. They keep using the side draft to slow each other down. 21 car, the splitter is all over the ground. You see on the interior corner and the exit.
Junior Motorsports training down Sammy Smith from Carson Crawford behind them. Jeff Burton hops out of line. The red, white, and yellow 27.
Yeah, when they hop out of line, I think the other side they go, they don't hurt one of those lanes. They get 3 wide like that. I would think the outside lane is going to have the advantage of 4 cars being in and just get tough kick lane 2 wide now, all the way back. You see Sammy Smith trying to work the side draft, but neither of those guys can shake each other. You just got to let enough laps run out that some handling comes into this, or somebody has to check out, get tied off the corner, losing that little bit of momentum.
Before we go on the stage, Mayer is left 15 laps. They're looking out for Sammy Smith. When do you make the move? How aggressive do you get?
Well, you see Austin Hill right there getting a little more aggressive. And Splitter's dragging the ground, pushing Mayer all the way down the backstretch.
See right here, straight Parker hanging in the back. They make several good stops where you're likely going to stay out at the end of the stage. They just don't want to be in the middle of the mess. If it happens here, ending stage 1, 3 to go as they come by this time.
And Adam, you just got to use this to fill in the position you're in here when you're in the top 4 or 5 cars that you would at the end of the race. Like, if I'm in this position, what do I do here? How do I get it? How do I time out that run? If you're Austin Hill on the outside, where do I want to get to the rear bumper Mayer and get him the push that he needs? Again on the exit corner, 3 wide, about 6 or 7 rows back. Is that going to mess the momentum up out front? I don't like that all guys can't stay closer to the A car. Sammy Smith on the inside, so they keep staying connected. All those junior motorsports cars now have about car length in between them. That's got to give the advantage to the outside of Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, Brandon Jones. See, Mayer finally is able to clear them. Brandon Jones giving Austin Hill a little push.
2 to go, opening stage.
2 to go, stage 1.
Yeah, and if you're Mayer, you would have thought he would have went down and blocked the 8 when he saw that little bit of a run coming there. He finally got cleared, but he chooses to stay up in front of Austin Hill. Must feel like that's going to be the best push.
Outside lane, Christian Eckes is there. 4th car line right behind him. Anthony Alfredo, then 42.
Look how much tighter that top lane can stay together with the bottom, but it doesn't hurt the speed of the bottom lane. You would think they could generate a little bit more momentum as you see Allgaier now moving up to side draft. He's probably the most aggressive side drafter in the Xfinity
Right, final
series.
lap, stage 1.
It's really, you're kind of looking at your left side driver's window, just judge it so much easier than you can on the bottom.
They're off the turn 2, final time over the stage. Then he in front. It continues to be Mayer and Sammy Smith.
You see Jeff Burton going to try to get those stage points. They're pushing him.
Yep, here they go. Oh, geez, here we go. Got a crash happening. Caution's out. It's Taylor Gray. He saves it. I think Sammy Smith might have gotten it. I think Allgaier should be fine.
Damage to the left front of Carson Quapple's car.
A couple of rookies involved. You had Quapple, and you saw the 54 with the red Toyota tonight of Taylor Gray. There he is.
Taylor Gray's rocking a red paint scheme tonight. Looks pretty cool.
He has a flat tire too. I see a little bit of smoke. They just couldn't stand it, you know. I mean, and it's right. It's the last lap. You get that little bit of run and you take it, and once they get 3 wide, it's such a different race. They were so disciplined for all those laps leading up to it. I mentioned, you know, when you're paying points.
All right, so Sammy Smith appears to be the stage winner. Sam Mayer is second. Austin Hill is third. Matt Benedetto fourth. Justin Allgaier fifth. Brandon Jones sixth. Christian Eck is seventh. Anthony Alfredo eighth. Jed Burton ninth. Williams Sawalich 10th. Yeah, looks like Parker Retzloff is done for the night.
Last fall, the Benedetto was getting out of line trying to make it happen. And once he made it 3 wide, that's when the pushing and shoving really began. Yeah, you see Jed Burton right there was on the inside of Carson Quample, makes contact with the left rear.
Dean Thompson got a bit of the wall.
Big contact for the one right there, that left front fender. Sanchez barely sneaks by. Matt gets a good run, gets to the inside. The 27's following him through, and one just didn't give enough room right there. I don't know if he didn't know that there was another car in line, or if he was getting pitched from the outside, just trying to manage that. That could have been a huge wreck, though. It looks like most of those guys were able to escape. Jeb's on the line right there, but I don't think he did anything wrong. I think it was just it all kind of funneled down, narrowed up, and just slight contact, but you're already out of control there in turn 3 here. The car's still loose, just right on top of the racetrack. That double yellow line is out of bounds at Daytona. So if you go down there and improve your position, you will be penalized. And that's why if you guard against that, you have to really manage that timing on the track to make sure that you don't hit those left side tires below the double yellow line. Benedetto's right there, line on board with Jed here. Yeah, it looks to me like the one didn't know that he was down there, so there wasn't anybody on his outside. But Jeb just followed back through, which is typical. Good job right here, getting slowed down. 54 still sliding in front of him. And it was a hell of a save by Taylor Gray. Sliding all the way around the corner on the banking. 6 cars were involved in that. When we look at the time of caution in NASCAR, for every position here, because we're paying those stage points, we'll analyze who was running where at the time of caution. And this is the procedure we would follow if the caution were to come out final lap of stage 2. And as I said, we've seen it so many times where the caution is out on the final lap of the race. Here's Jed Burton radio. Yeah, man, that's exactly what we saw. Jed feel like he didn't do anything wrong there, just following that through. Unofficially, I would say that Jed Burton's going to get a couple of points here. And Harrison Burton should get the free pass. Progressive Pit Road is open. Here they are. Let's start with Kim.
Yeah, 21 top of your screen. The car handling overall was good, but the splitter was slapping almost every lap, causing the car to be dragging. You see the 41 under the pin, but he goes in right side tire going to show a little bit. 21 pushes as they finish up their stuff, Dylan.
And they went from 33rd to 4th on that run. Only request was a tight restart just a little bit, putting out air pressure. Sandy Smith second from the top there, just right side tires, and he was really good out front, a little bit swirly in traffic.
The race off Progressive Pit Road amidst 4 tires and 2 tires. Mayer gains a spot. Almirola, who had made multiple pit stops prior to this cycle, gains 13. I'm assuming they just top off there because they had already come down and gotten their tires, and a few drivers stay out. We'll reset all that in a moment. First, let's take a look at what fuels Austin Hill and Connor Zilisch, brought to you by our friends at Sunoco.
I truly believe that out of all 3 series in NASCAR, the Xfinity series brings on the best racing, the speed, the adrenaline, the feeling is indescribable.
Tonight, might be one to always make whatever you drive more beautifully, Want the effect of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, but sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than most pills. See if sparks are right for you at ro.com/sparks.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
It works! Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan. P-E-Z,
State Farm with the assist.
This is a story about the one who never stops. She needs a reliable partner, like Granger, who works around the clock. Because she knows the domino effect is real. And there's never a good time for downtime. When it's all on the line, having the supply she needs makes all the difference. The industrial-grade products you need, all in one place. Call Granger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. You know those black Mocha sneakers? Nice shoes for the price? Not as nice. However, Skechers Max Fishnet are just as fabulous at a price that blows them away. Insane comfort cushioning, including hands-free Skechers Slip-ins. Try Skechers Max Fishnet.
I was known for showing up and showing out, but psoriasis shut me down. Until I got clear skin with Benzellix, I can't wait to say I'm back.
Only Benzellix targets and blocks IL-17A plus active color inflammation. Benzellix can deliver transformative relief.
Most people got 100% clear skin shortly after the first dose. Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and lower ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to, before starting to get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems. Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back. Ask your dermatologist about Benzellix. Also approved for psoriatic arthritis and itches.
Oh, yes. I got that. You just don't stop here. Closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing canyon. 3 NASCAR races in 1 weekend and it's the playoffs. Now you just get your tickets now at KansasSpeedway.com. CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Chew. Skip the pit stops.
Stage 1 complete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Daytona. And now we look at our leaderboard. And who's at the top of the pack in the race to Wawa victory lane. Our strategy going on here. In love and pit stops. They got the tires topped off with fuel in those cautions prior to the end of the stage. So they stay out here. They're winning. Sam Mayer got the 2 tires, won the race on pit road. So he's in 3rd position. Eric Almirola had also made some pit stops prior to the end of the opening stage. So when they came down there, they just topped off with fuel. He's 4th, and Christian Eckes comes off in the 5th position right now. He got 2 tires in that cycle of stops at the end of stage 1. Austin Hill, by the way, is back there in the 12th spot. And Sammy Smith, who won the opening stage, got 2 tires in the 8th position. Yeah, hopefully we can get into a little bit of a rhythm here and get some laps run to find out, who has the best cars. It's taken 6 or 8 laps each time we get started for it to get where it's not too wide. Got some new players in the front with Jesse Love and Parker Kliger that can do, and if those guys that were good in the last stage, Sammy Smith or Austin Hill, those guys can get back to the front and where they choose to make their moves, and if they have the speed to do that. Hometown driver Daniel Dye carrying the RaceToStopSuicide.com on-board camera. 15th is where he was prior to the choose. And I said Sammy Smith is 8th. He was 8th prior to the choose. Looks like the 8 car, though, going to restart on the inside lane here. Front row, Love and Kligerman. Love takes that outside lane.
All right. Jesse Love, Parker Kligerman on the front row. Time for stage number 2. Here we go.
package, Jesse left better than that. I like the pushers in row 2 for both lanes. You talked about Mayer. Almirola, and nice shove here for Parker Clickerman in the 88.
And you saw the 41 get to the 2's bumper. It was almost kind of that beach ball effect where he wasn't able to lock into the bumper and push the 2 away. So you just cannot, it's that outside or inside as they surge forward. He gets quite enough momentum to break the plane of the bumper and get free.
Let's listen to Josh Williams.
As you listen to all that information and you're a driver, it sounds like a lot. But you're just wanting them to take the picture of everything and where the momentum is, where it isn't, who has the speed, who doesn't. So much information. I feel like it's a little overwhelming for us watching out here, but when you're inside of the car, all of that makes sense. You're looking at your out the windshield, taking it all in, also looking at the rearview mirror, and you want all that. And it's really a verification, I think, of what you already think. But when they start saying that, it all starts syncing up and making sense. It's great stuff right there.
But for Parker, you talk about the fact he hadn't been in one of these cars, hasn't driven Virginia Motorsports this year, and all the things you have to adapt to on the fly. And then on top of that, no chemistry with the spotter. That's got to be really difficult for Parker.
Parker Clickerman to the lead.
Just wanted to take note of Sammy Smith in the car here as he gets the second in line on the inside lane there. Spoke with Bill Bell and Sammy earlier today. Their plan was be aggressive. They felt like when they won Talladega last year in the playoffs, their stage 3 track position up front kept them out of the race. They had a little bit slower pit stop there, so knew they were going to be aggressive to get back to the front. Here they are again, battling for the lead now.
And look at how much more aggressive this stage is than what we had in the first stage. Look how many are 3 wide. We didn't see this initially. We saw 2 wide for a while, but I think the speed is starting to pick up right here. Everybody's wanting to get to the front if we are just racing halfway. And once again for Carson Wawa. Yeah, it looks like he has a left front flat. You got to think it's been rubbing right in that damage. Left front fender. Parker has his hands full. He's got advantage all 3 of those lanes, and we talked about that spotter. Just explaining to you where the run is coming from, and if you understood the spotter stand, we get to have this incredible perspective right here, kind of zoomed in.
Here comes Justin Haley. Hey, Haley came on now.
What the spotters are able to do is incredible. Parker doing a great job out front, but they're coming from behind. 8, Sammy Smith looking outside. The 11 right behind Parker now. Justin Haley in the mix in 4th. You got the 00 there. Sheldon Creed making a play. He was very quiet in the opening stage. A whole lot going on, and the faces at the front starting to change a little bit as we get 10 laps complete in stage 2.
Yeah, the one thing that sticks out to me this drafting track race is we saw an RCR off the front row, and all year long when we see them in the front, they're hard to pass. They can manage the race. Jesse Love does not have a car that looks anything like what we see. Oh, and Parker gets split right there.
Yep, Parker gets split.
Those are the things I think with a spotter, right? You talked about trying to get used to working with your spotter. It's going to take them a little bit of that. The spotter's not going to be overly aggressive on the blocks initially. Parker will get used to how they're calling that and then be able to manage that a little bit later.
As Parker falls back, look a couple of cars behind him. You got Leland Honeyman in the 70 right behind him. Harrison in the top 15. He lost 2 laps, got 2 free passes. We right on board here. He's right back.
Yeah, you see him trying to manage both of those lanes. He's in the middle. On the top, some of the damage from one of those accidents where he's gotten into the wall, but both of those cars still here have plenty of speed in them.
You know, you're seen here at Daytona. If you're a Justin Haley fan, he's got his car out front so good for Team 2021. A couple of wins here. There's only right here in the World Center of Racing, summertime, years ago. And now he's got the field in tow on a Friday night. Good racing, middle portion of our second stage. Right now, it's Justin Haley who leads at Daytona.
Tonight, Logan will know to always make whatever you drive completely.
True Works high performance workwear keeps you cool and dry when the heat is on. So ditch the heavy denim and get light, stretchy, technical gear that's as capable as you are. True Work, no sweat.
Take advantage of everything AARP has to offer right now. Join AARP for $11 per year with a 5-year term, and your second membership is free. Get access to discounts on everyday purchases, eye-care prescriptions, and programs, tools, and tips to help manage your money and maximize your health. Plus, AARP fights to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more. Join now. You will also get AARP the magazine. Call and look to join AARP.org.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze bathroom. It's an apple-free air freshener with hot filters for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing.
When I switch to T-Mobile, you'll keep me an iPhone 16 and I can keep my iPhone.
That's right, no trade back. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in needed. See how you can save up to 20%. Check them out at T-Mobile.com.
Oh, Cosmo. If I buy both, am I spoiling her? But this price is going
Well, we had 9 lead changes so far.
She's got a lot of strength in her core.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Word of wisdom for the family.
Eat more wings. Wow. Let that sink in. Kids, I think you'd all agree that these.
Just so you know, the 88 on here still says Connor Zillish, by the way.
She's with the twins name.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days.
Oasis Breeze 2 and Star. Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Sports trips, the right money moves aren't as absurd as you think. You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. Get this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLife.com.
Safe Life Repair, Safe Life Replace.
There's a place no map will show you where G-Love cars turn into full-blown track beasts. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your life. Thank you for making News Nation America's fastest growing cable network in all of television. Let's get after it. The first one left and right come to be News Nation, news for all Americans. To follow News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com. 14 laps to go, stage 2, NASCAR Xfinity Series racing at Daytona. Justin Haley leads Jesse Love. Jeff Burton right there alongside Sammy Smith. Love drops down to block some progress from the 27. The Benedetto's up there. Christian Eckes, Shelby Freed. Jesse Love wanted to go down there. He moved down the block to run from the 27, and it's now putting beside Haley. The story of the 11. You know, they released Josh Williams. Carson Hocevar gets in an Iowa finish. Michael McDowell restart before the wreck inside of 10 laps to go. Justin Haley has looked outstanding. I talked prior to the break about how good he's been here at Daytona in general in the draft. When you talk about the Xfinity Series in his days at full time, But he's picking up where he left off here tonight. Awesome racing. You think about going to Daytona, what a spectacular track this is, and then we're just watching the 2 and 3 wide. Oh, look at that! Hey, look at this. Just watch the 2 and 3 wide racing. It's just so much fun. These guys, not single file. It feels like they all pick
Sheldon Creed up to 6.
You watch how aggressive everybody's getting right here. Sheldon Creed going to the outside.
And split the 8.
Sammy Smith in the middle. Who's pushing it? Matt Benedetto. 99's been outstanding tonight. So good earlier this season, finishing top 5 at Talladega. He pushes Creed up there. Love controlling this thing now. Christian Eckes is in the mix right behind Jeff Burton in that low lane. And if you look back a little bit, about six rows, you'll see Jesse Love's teammate Austin Hill. If you're watching now, trying to work the bottom underneath guys, but honestly, Adam, with the 4 tires, has not been able to make up the ground that we expected him to. It's just been so hard tonight. That's exactly what we've seen. Nowhere to go. It's side by side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back. And so not much room.
The one of Carson Kwok will have to go 3 laps back.
Just disrupts the lane.
Just run on the apron.
Side drafts and everything that happens. You see Mayer's going to be in a bad position right here. He's still 3 wide when they call turn 2. See if he can get down a little bit farther as he tries to get into the draft. No, he's going to have to check up right here. Well, look at Sammy Smith flirting with that double yellow line. Well, and that was one thing I was going to point out when we talked about Austin Hill not being able to make progress. Is there
4 wide.
Sammy Smith was right in front of him, and I in my mind, I'm watching this, and I'm like, well, Austin Hill has someone to follow now up through here. It just seems to me that 8 car has been really good. And if you wonder about the impact of 4 tires versus 2 as you go throughout the run, because Mayer's back, he took the 2 tires, 10 laps to go. In our second stage, we crossed that halfway point in this race, and it has been absolutely intense. Yeah, you see Harrison Burton having the issues he had early on the outside of Sam Mayer. It just seems like he wants to be in that top lane. Look at the 8 car and the 21 right here. We talked about them a few laps ago. Sammy Smith going to the inside. The 8 car is really fast tonight. Spectacular speed. He's done a really good job of manipulating the lanes and being aggressive. And when you have a fast car, you can be more aggressive because you can make those moves and able to clear guys. Going to see what he can do here, though. He's going to be stuck on the bottom as you see the all slowly top 5 migrated to the top. That's where the momentum is, but it's such a shorter distance around the
got
world.
a lengthy rest. It's like you got a lengthy rest. So yeah, Connor Zilish stepped out of the 88. So Parker Kligerman's driving in this place.
Austin Hill getting out of line, chasing his teammate down to the low lane. And look at the 42, freedom with the power station. He always gets there. And he's racing for second on track. I love the move by Hill. He was able to clear going to the backstretch and then slide back up because you need to be in that top lane. That's where the momentum is as they get single filed out.
8 to go. Stage 2.
Down into turn 1 as you see Jesse Love's trying to manipulate both lanes. He's got one of his best though right behind him is Austin's going to try to get a run, see if he can let him go a little bit here on the exit of the corner. And then you see it's a little bit of a run down the straightaway. Not going to have it right here into 3 though. RCR teammates combined to lead 86 laps here in February. Austin Hill won both stages. Jesse Love won the race. They're 1-2 tonight. And their old buddy, the old driver of the 2 car, Sheldon Creed is there in the 00, now driving for Haas Factory in the Outlier. The upset bid coming for Young's Motorsports. Anthony Alfredo in the 42. And here we are, 7 to go, second stage. Let me know what you watch. Watch the 21 car. He is intentionally letting the 2 get out this a little bit and backing up to the 00. See, he's going to get tight right here, but as they exit this corner, what you watch, he's going to let the 2 get out just a little bit and hope he can get a little bit of a push right here to generate the run that he needs down the backstretch. Watch the run they're going to have now. You see Sheldon Creed gets to his back bumper. Does he get enough speed here to make the pass? He doesn't feel like it, so he stays in line. So he's going to do this lap after lap and see if he can make that, the timing of that run happen
Well, to the patience, though, he has right there to stay in line behind Jesse Love and not take the chance, keeps him in a position to be able to win the stage. I wonder if it's harder to make those moves and manipulate your teammate because of the knowledge he has of your tendencies, because he's been there literally scouting drivers and seeing that Jesse Love's looking in his mirror, his fathers, they're telling you what's happened, but it's hard to manage that when you're up front. And the fact that I think that Hill's backing them up, you see, it's put Allgaier in a position to get down to the bottom. I just don't think you're able to make those moves and just lane to slide up and get back in the draft. Look at the speed that those guys have. Dean Thompson, Hill decides to go ahead and take that pass. Maybe because Allgaier's down there, I don't know. We'll see if he's able to clear Jesse. I don't think he's going to be able to. And again, I don't know that Hill wanted to pull out of line right there. I think they're getting shut so much, he almost had to pull out. You know he's got a fast car, though. Jesse Love did a great job. You see him looking in his rearview mirror the entire time. Because his spotters tell me what's happening.
Dean Thompson's quietly made his way to the top 3.
And put his car where he needs to go.
We talked to Dale Jr. and Parker Kligerman under the red flag. Lap 11 was for a small rain shower in turn 3 and 4.
It's so good as we're watching at the back of Jesse's car, watching his eyes, looking in the rearview mirror, spotter giving such good information. And if those runs weren't coming fast, so it's a little bit easier to manage those. The spotter, you can tell, was pretty calm. Everything that was happening there. It's when somebody gets laid back, Allgaier gets loose right there on the inside. It's when somebody gets that massive run, and both lanes are coming, and you can't block both of them, and it gets really hard. But Jesse's doing a great job getting that spotter working together so well. Going to be 3 laps to go as we come across the start-finish line of the Mercedes stage. RCR teammates up front, Jesse Love and Austin Hill. The duo is combined to win 21 in the draft. It's not by mistake that they're out front with some good drivers behind them. Justin Allgaier, who won here. Sheldon Creed is outstanding in the draft, looking for his first career win. And a lot going to play out between now and that green and white checkered flag.
Oh, loose. Oh, that's loose. Allgaier to the lead. Oh, there they go. Sammy Smith goes. William Swalch cautions out. 2 to go. That's it for the stage.
Love and his teammate Austin Hill racing for the lead, and you can only block so many times, and at that point of the track, when you're trying to defend the car and you yank on the wheel, you can't because it gets out of control, loose. Hill had crazy save right there.
Also, Matt DiBenedetto has been really strong tonight too.
This is going to end our second stage. So stage 1 and stage 2 both going to end under caution.
That was awesome.
The man that won the opening stage, Sammy Smith, is one of those a part of producing our third caution of the evening.
I don't think there's much damage to Sammy Smith's car. It looked like he spun, but I didn't see any contact
8 should be
anywhere.
fine.
That side of the car looks perfect. Yeah, 4 tires, some fuel on that helped start the back for Penny early, but has a super fast car tonight.
8 should be fine.
Official word for NASCAR on the stage winner and exactly where everyone was at the immediate time of caution. How crazy is it? You don't see it play out often. That you have to use the time of caution to determine who wins the stage. That's what happened in stage 1 here. The run that made all this happen.
And you see, Creed goes with Austin Hill. That's what ends up what gets Austin Hill still loose. Allgaier gets to the inside right here. Looks like Jeff Burton gets into the back of Sammy Smith. Almirola gets caught in it, Swallich. I think Eric had the most contact of anybody right there. See Jeff Burton, you see he push-ups just a little bit, and then the 18 packs a bunch of air on that left rear. I don't think Jeff had any control right there. His cars, it was pushing up.
So Eric Almirola got damaged too. That's what the
Said that multiple times tonight. This would be a good perspective right here. Keep an eye on Jeff Burton. That 27 car is they're gonna go around here. Hill has a great save. Two guys side drafting. See Sammy Smith right at the back of your screen. Jeff's up the racetrack a little bit, but the one thing that I saw is you see the 18 was right there on the quarter panel, and the 27, I think, moving him up the track is just, everybody ran out of real estate.
Justin Allgaier scored the leader at the time of caution, so he's going to get the stage victory.
All right, so Justin Allgaier is going to get the stage win, which I didn't see come. So the 8 and 18 will be fun.
And there you see a time of caution, and where Allgaier was in front of Love, and then I mean it's hard to tell from this perspective, but 3 wide for third. You got Eckes down low, Hill in the middle, and then Sheldon Creed out there by the wall. And Harrison
All right.
right now being shown 7th. How about the fact that you're 2 laps down? You get a couple of free passes.
All right, so Allgaier is your stage winner. Jesse Love second, Christian Eckes third, Austin Hill fourth, Sheldon Creed fifth, and Dean Thompson sixth, Harrison Burton seventh, Taylor Gray eighth, Brandon Jones ninth, and Ryan Sieg will round out the top 10. On here, on the leaderboard here on the computer, the 88 is still labeled as Connor Zilish still.
Most competitors make things 7,000 miles away, and then wonder why they don't fit. With WeatherTech in your vehicle, they make your angels sing as you marvel. How do they do it? Simple. American technology and American workers deliver quality. Not imported junk for a few bucks less. Get the world's best floor liners and support America.
Oh, by the way, while I was out there, I went out of my way and I went to McAllen. I was able to get a grain train with a Kansas City Southern leading and a CP trailing and another Kansas City Southern at the back. And thankfully it went through without stopping.
Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What did you call her? Oh, yeah, she spelled the twins' name right.
Yeah, next Stadium's day. Very good.
Oasis Breeze and
The
Spa.
right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
We're here. Progressive's accident response detected an accident and sent for help.
Did we beat him? Where's Superman?
Saving the world, maybe?
So we did it.
Yeah, I don't think car insurance is really his thing. Not with us around.
Yeah, I already called the tow truck. That's large of money.
I guess not all heroes wear capes. Yeah, somewhere. Tell me capes.
That's an offer.
Don't say things like that over there. Did you bring it? When I switch to T-Mobile, they'll give me a new iPhone 16 and I can keep my own phone.
That's right, no trade. Yes. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 all at once. No trade-in needed. Deal you can save up to 20%. Check them out at T-Mobile.com.
Nice job. Tonight, my brother mentioned it was my first time joint movie today.
The mix of salty sea air and dark rubber. The big skies. And wet space. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime.
Your new experience now at Daytona 500. CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Truework, upgrade to the world's most technical performance workwear. Two stages down on Friday night for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona. You want to see on CW, hanging in the studio, Dylan Walsh can do an outstanding job on the road.
Guys.
Somewhat dependent on the spotter and luck altogether. Good thing for Jeff Wood, a couple stage points in stage one since things got away from him there at the end of stage number 2. Let's go over the studio car.
Yeah, just got by in the 17, of course. I think we're going to start this summer here for the results, but you definitely know that he actually topped out on ours. The goal does not change. Even though we had an 18.4 average finish, it's our last win in Nashville. He said, even though the stats don't show, we've got the team. We got the equipment. We just have to do a better job executing the game. Everybody under each other's legs. Obviously, they did that in stage 2, win the stage, and now they're at the top of the playoff standings with that stage win. That's an extra points in the regular season.
All right.
You look at the advantage here, 24 points for all after the stage win. Came in 7 points behind Connor's Village. By the way, Parker Clicker did that 88 now. Let's some laps there. Finds his sub 12 as we anticipate some pit stops here. And then he just turned loose. Right? Good job keeping this thing here. But now you go get it, trying to get a solid finish for his 88 team and keep them in a really good position with it, striking distance when it comes to trying to win that regular season championship. Progressive Pit Road is open and plenty of action. Here they are, Karen.
That's right. That's only looking for his 10th drafting win. So it's one like I stole it. Probably going to fix over there.
Yeah, it's up to promotion. '21 wins the race off pit road. Hello, Mooney gameplays. So you're at says here at Pinella Park right now.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same. With a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our fast service included. And our cars fix stay exactly the same. People always said I could write the room,
But psoriasis, so much fun. Until I got clear skin with Bimzelx, I can't wait to say I'm back.
Only Bimzelx targets and blocks IL-17A plus active color inflammation. Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief.
Most people got 100% clear skin. So after the first dose.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and lowered ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease will occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say I'm back.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx, also approved for psoriatic arthritis and HS.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Word the wisdom of the family.
8 more wins.
Wow. Let that sink in. Kids, I think you'd all agree that these were words that your grandfather used. Consumer cellular help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why you cut my car. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our skin with. Let's even cut our hats. Not just our visor, shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Your bill. All consumer cellular.
Since the dawn of time, man has been playing about itchy irritation with a rugged clear. What man didn't realize is that weather is sad. TL has 2 brushes dryers and Lexington Smiths. Here's the itch, the switch, the wet extra large studio.
True Works high performance workwear keeps you cool and dry when the heat is on. So ditch the heavy denim and get light, stretchy, technical gear that's as capable as you are. True Work, no sweat.
Things are heating up in Austin this weekend as we get ready for Gambler Days inside the Moody Center. Well, last week in Nashville, we had some great moments. The Texas team, the Rattlers, was hot indeed for only the 8th time in league history. They go 5 for 5. And the host National Stampede was none other than 2 walk-off wins to have their crowd going crazy. Joseph Orleve, perhaps the best this sport has ever seen, is back from injury this weekend. And it all starts tomorrow. Join us, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on the CW.
Couple of weather delays, so we're racing late into the night on Friday from Daytona. NASCAR Xfinity Series Stage 2 is complete. And we look at our leaderboard in the race for number 1 victory lane tonight. Austin Hill got that 2-time stop after taking 4 earlier. He comes off first line. Seeks same strategy as third. Dean Thompson doing a nice job tonight. Sammy Smith and we're going to cycle back a little bit after the spin, so we'll continue to reset and update things as we look at where everybody is on that leaderboard. Here's Dylan Welch.
Let's give you a Toyota driver update on Dean Thompson, who is having another great race at Daytona. Finished 8th here in February. That was their highest points day of the year. This is the same car they raced in the spring. A little beaten and battered, but just some cosmetic damage, and they have been fast. Biggest difference that crew chief Chris Bowen expected would be the case tonight. He stressed to his driver early in the year as a rookie, respect others around you, earn their respect, take care of your equipment. Said we kind of got taken advantage of early in the year because of that, but now it's time we start being more aggressive. We've earned everybody's respect, and they're showing it tonight. Been a really, really good night for the 26 car. Just going to try to finish it off now.
All got to run that second stage, Dylan.
All right, time for the final stage.
And the 54 Taylor Gray is screwed over the ball too soon, so they will come to the rear. Blaine Perkins gets the free pass. He is on the lead lap. 35 cars on the lead lap. Final stage coming your way here at Daytona. Front row, Austin Hill, Ryan C.
Ryan C's going to start behind him. All right, here we go. Stage 3.
But I think it's a great decision based on what we've seen. It's a big-time truck. We know that 21's going to be a factor at the end. This Pan-C gets him a huge push. Inside row,
see where he is, how much momentum he has, and if he can get out of his way before we would see a caution.
See Austin Hill move down to get in front of Jesse Love. I think he knows that 2 cars won that he's going to have to race for the win tonight. Fredo's down at
Caution's out. 42.
He was going to have enough momentum to get somewhere, to get off track. He could not. So we get another caution.
I think he pulled down there thinking he could get out of the way. Maybe there wasn't a gate open. If you heard him saying he's trying to get out of the way.
They said he shut off coming to green. Did a 42 Alfredo. Good stop for Sam Mayer here. They had the penalty when they made their pit stop at the end of stage 2. Fourth caution of the night comes out early in this final stage. Hill on pre-seat quicker.
America is back. Thanks to President Trump and Leader John Bennett's mortgage-friendly tax cuts. No tax on social overtime. Real relief for every American uploading home late. And they protected Medicaid for Americans now under weakest. Senate Republicans got President Trump's conservative agenda done. Securing the border, finishing the wall, bringing manufacturing jobs back home, and making America great again. Thank Leader John Bennet and Senate Republicans for delivering President Trump's agenda.
Everyone's getting that new Simply Save outdoor monitoring.
How do we compete with AI-powered outdoor cameras and live engine monitoring?
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa! See those guys? There's no Simply Safe.
And you drive that. You need new insurance. Visit with 100 insurance companies to find savings no NASCAR. Up to $400 a year. Oh, look, it's my stop. The Zebra. Agents searching, you do the same.
Real pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you do. With every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California. To oil filters for your fleet in Orange County, Florida. It's why we built a nationwide network of parts with exceptional service, all driven by one mission: to keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Okay, your home loan and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. Because of the overwhelming money to business and the family. Ooh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. A what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work. I like when I'm logging everyone's hours so I get to sit for a while. I like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like. So like when I take my work van to the car wash and then fall quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes. Sounds like when you go away and you take pictures and I don't know, I've never been on either.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out like 2 days old. She had a local heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She took a lot of money, saving that extra $200-300 a month. And then you do the math. The money you were able to save with using GoodRx, or able to do all these extra activities. She could get cards here for a little skinny thing. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
People love Arch Fit technology so much that Skechers put it into even more hands-free Skechers slip-in. Just step in with no bending down or touching. Plus, Arch Fit gives you amazing arch support. They're so comfortable you don't want to slip off. Try Arch Fit Skechers slip-in.
Showtime. We have much to say.
Next week, CW Sports Saturday is back first. It's the ADP League Championship weekend from Chicago for the best battle for the crown. Then the NASCAR Xfinity Series rolls to Portland, being the ultimate race in the regular season as the playoff push continues. Finally, it's the season premiere of CW football Saturdays. Idaho takes on Washington State. Don't miss the second of the action. CW Sports Saturday next week. It all starts 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, only on the CW.
Did you feel compelled to say penultimate or just next to last?
I don't have a big vocabulary, so when I can slide it in, I do. And I appreciate you acknowledging it. It's time for the race break, brought to you by Safe Life. The Auto Glass experts. The focus has to be this 88 team.
What a day, yeah, for the 88 wheel car. started the race, that first caution, you see him hopping out of the car. Parker Kligerman jumping in. It's going to be frustrating for Connor to see his car up there. They used a little bit of strategy. Actually, Parker was able to lead some laps early on, got hung out in the middle. Still though in contention here, Adam. Not out of it by any means.
And now we watch the choose. Restart going to come inside of 30 laps to go. I always love this when teammates are up there and how do they work together. 1-2, Hill and Love prior to the choose.
Yeah, I think both of those guys know they want to be in control of this race. So I would expect to see if both. Well, there you go. That's why I shouldn't have talked so quick. You see, Jesse Love decides to take the outside. Let's hear what he had to say.
RCR cars going outside lane. Here's Kim.
Anthony Alfredo calling that caution. He said it kind of shut off coming to green. It was like almost something came on flood. Said it was no power going to the dash. They are changing the battery. That caution, though, very fortuitous for Stan Mayer. We saw him on pit road. I want you to look at his tire. This is the left rear. A puncture of that tire caused tire failure. Again, a timely caution helped him out. He was able to come down and change tires, avoiding disaster under green. Dylan.
Hey, Justin Allgaier is going to restart 7th here, and he's going to have an opportunity to work with his new teammate for the night. This was his questions and conversation on the radio.
What is the balance on the day here? I know you fell back, but has he got comfortable? Where is he at? Did he even need to partner? What do you got? He doesn't report anything tonight. Let me check in further.
So he is observant that the 88 car has been fast, but just wants to know what kind of speed he's got. By the way, these two have been teammates before, like 15 years ago, way back at Team Penske. So a lot older now, a lot more experience, but these two have worked together in the past.
Yeah, so just real quick, the reason he's asking is Parker comfortable is because he doesn't want to push him if Parker's too loose or is not comfortable inside the car. So just trying to get a little bit of information, knowing how aggressive he can be. We're trying to shove Parker up through here.
William Sawaler's got the free pass. He's back on the lead lap. 35 cars on the lead lap as we get the restart here. 29 laps to go.
Well, RCR wanted to play team cars here. We'll see. I would have bet against that. Yeah, we'll see how this works.
Long way to go. Both have won. Both will be in the playoffs. That guy down low, Sean Reed, is now.
All right, back to green.
Working together in the low.
Come on, Sheldon. Come on, buddy. Stay out there.
Parker being able to push Sieg as well.
Come on, stay out there. Come on, buddy.
And Parker Kligerman's giving Ryan Sieg a huge push.
Was going to go. It looked like the RCR cars were in the right position. Creed goes off the hill. See if Parker can get to the back of Ryan Sieg here. Give him another good shove on the back stretch. To be able to be clear.
I go back to what Connor Zillich said. He said, I've got 11 consecutive top fives. I want this streak to continue, and here he is in position to keep it going. Trouble back in the pack.
Oh, it's Raja Karuth.
And we didn't get a caution. We stayed green right now.
See Roger can get it going again. Even with the flat tires that Harrison had, they did not throw a caution for him earlier. He's got it rolling here. It could be on the apron. Being in harm's way, they were going to stay green.
Roger just outside the top 15 when he went for a ride. And these Fords continue to duel at the front. Sheldon Creed 00 outside, 39 inside. Ryan Sieg, drivers that have never won.
inside lane cannot stay sucked up quite as tight as the guys on the outside can. Creed's giving a little bit of room to Ryan Sieg on the inside. It makes me nervous because I keep seeing Austin Hill stick his nose out. Like, is he comfortable trying to push Shulman out front, or is he going to make it 3 wide and stick Shulman out? Like, you just can't. It's not that you can't trust people, but everybody's out for themselves in this, and you don't want to leave that door open. It looks like Matt Benedetto get him right there. I don't know if it was contact directly from the back or if he had misjudged it again. Let's get another look at it here. It looked like Raja maybe moved up and wasn't clear, and Matt was there, but boy, again, third time tonight, we could have had a massive wreck right there. Just a single car incident, didn't even bring a caution out.
And some of the drivers in the top 10 right now. Daniel Nye is up there. Josh Williams driving the 45 for Alpha Prime is in the top 10. Talked about Dean Thompson in their night. Eck is looking for his first win.
Oh yeah, Josh Williams is in the top 10.
Not too far back. 25 laps to go.
Look at Allgaier side drafter right there, the third car back, trying to slow the run down that outside lane has. See him trying to get 3 wide in the back.
He's got 34 cars on the lead lap. Only car out of the race, Parker Retzloff. And the racing in the front intense. It's Sieg and Creed leading. America is back. Thanks to President Trump and Leader John Thurman's working family tax cuts. No tax on social overtime. Real relief for every American up early and home late. And they protected Medicaid for Americans, not illegals. Senate Republicans got President Trump's conservative agenda done. Securing the border, finishing the wall, bringing manufacturing jobs back home, making America great again. Thank Leader John Thurman and Senate Republicans for delivering President Trump's agenda. Behind every DIY
Is more help than you think.
Try this trick, Milan. Sometimes help is delivered. Some people just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go quick.
If I could link 2 groups together. Perfect. Because do it yourself.
The volume just right.
What are you working on? Sometimes things fall right into place. But other times, they just fall. No. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Awesome. And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere. And everything you need to get back on the road. All set, here you go. Thank you. Take care. Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
You on guard today?
Oh, nah. They just got Simply Safe. It protects the whole home, inside and out.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa.
That was impressive.
There's no safe like Simply
Managed to
Safe.
find fork out another disc with
Psoriasis strips it away until I got clearer skin.
just need to mark it down.
Only Good Sellers targets and blocks IL-17A plus after inflammation. Good Sellers can deliver transformative relief.
Most people got 100% clear skin after the first dose.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and lower ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back.
Ask your dermatologist about Good Sellers. Also approved for psoriatic
All right, so it's Ryan Sieg and Sheldon Creed up front. Someone's gonna get there first.
This is a great vantage point as you watch the pack coming to 20 laps to go, and a pair of drivers out front that have combined for 19 runner-up finishes. Neither has been to victory lane. They're 1-2 in that category without a win. Sheldon Creed, Ryan Sieg could tonight be the list of exciting Xfinity winners.
Well, and no one's been able to get, break the plane and clear anyone. And as you watch this, you gotta really pay attention to how those six rows are, because it's going to keep getting stacked up. The front row really can't get locked together, but as you watch back about where Almirola is or Christian Eckes, that's where it keeps packing up, kind of that accordion effect, and all those guys playing bumper cars, and that's when you see somebody get sped out, and it'll bring the caution out. So it's interesting to watch the runs, how they're being generated, and where they're coming from.
Talk about drivers that haven't won. Parker Kligerman has not won an Xfinity car either, so close so many times. He would get credit for the victory tonight. Would just be a celebration to remember for him driving the 88 as he steps in for Carzone. He's making a move here, made it 3 wide on Dean Smith and got to his outside. You see that district and everything in front as well as guys trying to figure out where they need to go. Do they want to block? Do you want to sink a bit on the bottom?
We only had 4 cautions tonight.
Austin Hill moving up to try to protect that outside. That's allowed the front two, though, to break free of Parker Kligerman and Ryan Sieg. See those guys now going back to the bottom to protect. Things are orderly, nice and tidy, and then one move.
Yeah, Leland Honeyman's up to 6.
The air and the power of those behind him, and then everything.
And Eric Almirola's still racing somehow.
I saw Sieg and Parker go back to the bottom. I think I'd want a favor to the top right here. If anything, if this does get single top out, it seems like they always want to migrate towards the top. You cover the middle, then manipulate both lanes. Parker's doing a great job tonight. He's put himself in a good position. Connor's just nervous right now. What are his emotions sitting on the pit box? Injured earlier this year, he raced at Texas. Kyle Larson stepped in, went to victory lane. It's been a remarkable campaign for the A in position again. Under some wild circumstances as we come back to 17.
Got knocked out of college. He isn't knocked out.
Because he's got Justin Allgaier, his teammate.
He's a business.
He also might back from Sieg and produce a run. I think that the 7 will go with the 88 to try to go for the lead, but it's going to be about getting that timing worked out. You see Parker's doing something similar to we saw Austin Hill do earlier, kind of lagging back a little bit, trying to back up to the 7 card, and then lock together and push all the way down the straightaway. Those regular season points with Kligerman up there in second. We would exit Daytona as they run right now, with still only 10 behind Allgaier. 2 races to go. Now the RCR cars making a move down low. Get a lot of wide love going with it. They did it. That's going to be a hard move to make, though. You see Jesse Love moving up, trying to do the side drafts. There's just so many cars in the outside lane. I think you should win a little bit. That move might be a little bit early. We'll see. But is it good, Jamie, that you do it now? So you'll learn what does and doesn't work so you can time later. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. If I'm the 88 or the 7, I see that 21 get the run on, maybe I move down just to get credit. To have him push us to the front. We know how strong the RCR cars are here. You see the 7s that hold the 88. Let's see if they do anything with this run they're going to have. Here on the outside, and you see the inside lane start migrating forward, but it's too late now. They've committed to that top. The 21 has worked his way to the front. Looks like Connor's rubbing his head stressed out.
Retired.
Incredible run in that low lane for the RCR Chevys.
I should retire.
Jesse Love right behind him, the 2-1
He
here
should
in
retire.
February. And they're working on another position with 15 laps to go. Matt DiBenedetto right behind him, and look at the 17 there making a play. Leland Honeyman is making it happen at the ground. Driving for family racing. See Parker's going to get to the back of the 39 right there, but just a little bit of a bump. The 21's just side drafts and trying to fog that outside lane down, and then you watch him. He's just right. Where's the push from his teammate? Jesse Love behind. See, they've lost a little bit of that momentum now. Parker cleared as well. See the snap, get to the clear bumper.
note on the 39er Ryan C. Thompson before he got in the car. At Talladega, the last drafting track in this style, they tried some things in this car. Ryan said we were trying to get fast. We were really slow. We took that stuff out of the car, he said, for this weekend and tried to evolve their setup based on what they had in February. It has worked. They are really fast and in position to upset the playoff leaderboard here in this little strong up run.
You know, he's a great drafter, but they really have not taken advantage of the draft races this year. His average in the first 4 races in the draft this season for Ryan C, 26.2. So tonight they need to take advantage, and he's doing it out front.
You see Sammy Smith pull out to the bottom, and that's Austin Hill's lane. They start getting 3 wide because of that. You'll watch the outside lane with more cars in it. Just adds more speed because of the momentum of having more cars in your lane. And so that's one of those things you can't control. If you're Austin Hill, just in the front of that lane on the bottom, is if they pull out, make it 3 wide behind you, it just starts fogging you, pulling you back. It's amazing the energy of the draft and the residual impact as you work your way through the field. And I'd love to see Parker and Keegan and all guys continue to run to get to the lead and just try to control the race in front of Ryan. He's doing a great job though to maintain that. You just got to wonder if with the Junior Motorsports cars behind them, or they just don't have the speed to get the run that they need.
6 drivers in the top 10 looking for their first. Anxiety is on high. The intensity and the aggression is as well. And probably a couple more rungs on the ladder before it's over when you talk about the level of aggression.
And honestly, you don't see as much pushing as what you know, I thought we'd see as this got down to the end. I mean, we're down to
Oh, crash. Jeremy Clemens, Taylor Gray, Josh Balicki. Damn, that 91's wrecked. Damn. Was that under Cesar Baccarello?
He's been in the grass in the 5. Caution is out. 11 laps to go. Going to get a restart inside of 10 laps.
Yeah, that 51's done for the night.
It comes down to one of those restarts late in the race at a place like this. Before we look ahead, we'll look in the rearview mirror here and see.
Yeah, it was Taylor Gray.
For our 5th time.
2 dark red cars. All right, what happened?
Looks like Taylor Gray had a left rear tire flat.
Yeah, it looks
so you're
like.
just trying to catch that car, no control, slide down the racetrack.
Boom.
With nowhere to go.
Yeah, 51,
Huge
nowhere to go.
The driver's side door of the 54. This Cesar Baccarello, he was quite a ways behind this. Somehow he got into the grass. I don't know if when he got
There's Brendan Poole. And Josh Williams close. Could have been a disastrous night for Alpha Prime.
Josh Balicki also goes around.
Kyle Seager, Joey Gase, Carson. Whoa. Yeah, there was Caesar.
I think Caesar knew the.
See how damaged that 54 car is, but you know, Taylor, despite the problems he had earlier in the race, was still being scored just outside the top 15. That's unfortunate. He's having a difficult night, but still in a decent position. Had a nice advantage over the cut line coming in. Ryan Seager, he's coming from a leader. Taylor Gray now showing only 25 points above the cut line, which is crazy. Contact from that driver's side door. Carson Quaffle was 2 laps down. He'll get the free pass here and get back to 1 lap down. Let's go to Dylan.
And let's get to Matt Noyce as he's been gracious enough to climb down off the box and chat with us. And we talked about the speed you guys have had on these super speedways, but not the results maybe this year. So what's been the difference tonight, or what will be the difference tonight?
I don't know, just getting track position. Taking 2 tires there with our backside Ford Mustang, and we need to get them out front and see what we had there. Don't really matter stuff. We didn't want to do it, get them in the front, and we got the lead. Now we just got to hang on to the next depending on whatever it is. What's this like for you just sitting here? It's out of your control now. Yeah, we got teammates lagging behind us at both ends, so we were able to control pretty well there, so we just got to do that best we can. And hopefully get some help from the 99 and the 00 maybe.
Thanks for your time, Matt. No climb back aboard yet. He's got the Haas factory cars there. The 00 and 41 are Alliance teammates, so watch for those cars to work together.
He's been so close so many times, and never closer than last spring at Texas Motor Speedway. I thought he had.
There's another driver expecting baby soon. Justin Haley, Spider Motorsport.
You think about strength in numbers, Ford doesn't have a lot of numbers. Only one win for Ford as a manufacturer here at Daytona in the last 16 races down to count.
Yeah, we're going to catch up with crew chief Chad Haney, calls the shots for Austin Hill. Austin on the radio said the air was not reacting like it typically does at these races. What kind of information could you give him to help him through the rest of this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's been struggling with that all night, and the two has too. It looks like a lot of other guys have too. I don't know if it's just not reacting like it normally does. I don't know if it's just the way the humidity is tonight or what. But he's done a good job. I mean, we got him in position up here. I feel like we got a good enough car. It's a little snug, but we got a good enough car that we can probably pull this thing off.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Again, Austin coming on the radio saying the air does not react how it typically does, how he's used to. He said when he was trying to get to the 00 when Sheldon was in front of him, even dragging back to the 2 was not working.
Yeah, that takes me back to something that Austin told us earlier today. You know, he doesn't watch a lot of old races to prepare because it's so much about reacting to this race, being in the moment, and once again having to play the adaptation game here in a race at Daytona.
Yeah, and the RCR cars are fast, but they don't seem to be as quick as what we have seen over the past 2 or 3 years in relation to the rest of the field. This restart, though, is going to shake everything up with for Ryan Sieg. It doesn't seem like he was in a good position with having Parker right behind him. It's going to be interesting to see where does Parker choose on this restart. You got to think he's going to want to be on the front row. And that's going to most likely put Austin Hill maybe behind that 39 Allgaier as well. So it's the restart will shake all this up and the aggressiveness of guys once they get a run. Not necessarily on the front 2 rows, but I think when you get 5 or 6 rows back, it's going to get 3 wide really quick here, guys. Panics trying to get to the front to win this thing.
Parker's done such a good job tonight, jumping in that car and reacting the way he has and putting it in position to go out and get a win. Let's go back to February. Parker does some truck races from time to time, but we all know how special it is to win.
Yeah, heartbroken for Parker after this to be able to win, and he was so excited, to finally win at Daytona. Talked about it being the biggest win of his career. It was just heartbreaking to have the issues they had in post-race tech, and I know he tried to battle that and lost it. Talk about having the flag right there, so it's great to see him get, I don't want to say redemption, but just get back to victory lane. And great race car driver, and obviously a great colleague of ours. And enjoy working with him, but it's fun to watch what he can do behind the wheel. He's a tremendous talent.
So close to winning in the Xfinity Series last fall at the Roval with Big Machine. And then just so close and couldn't quite get over the hump. Let's hear some 88 radio here.
I wonder what he's going to jump out there. He posted to the lead.
There's Dale Jr. just chilling on top of the.
So those guys talking right there, Parker was just being patient behind Ryan Sieg, and I can reference that I wondered why Allgaier didn't try to get a run and pass, and you hear Parker, patience is key when you come to this type of racing, and it's not always about taking every move that comes your way. He's trying to put himself in a position, if that would have run green through the end, to be able to win this race, and you just showed him winning the truck race here in February. He knows how to win.
Hello, Robert. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I heard it too.
Huge opportunity here for Junior Motorsports. We talked about the 88, the situation with Kligerman in for Connor Zimmer.
Yeah, I'm sitting by the door to the backyard. It's open, and I can hear the trains at any point of the day.
But he's inside the top 10 prior to choose as well. Junior Motorsports has had a car finish in the top 25, the top 5 in 25 consecutive races. As we get to choose the whole teammates stay out front row. Yeah,
I just noticed this just now. If y'all look to the far right of your screen, it'll show the lap when these drivers last pitted. So good majority of the front runners pitted between lap 60 and lap 70. So they should all be good on fuel. Almost everyone, all the way down to Blaine Perkins, pitted between lap 60 and 70. While everyone else, like Nick Sanchez, Kyle Seagrine, else, they all pitted lap 90, lap 88, 72. And here's all the other drivers that didn't make it.
So with him leading that lock, Segan, Wawa, who was plus 112, was plus 58. Creed was plus 77, goes to plus
Oh boy. Well, I'm not looking forward to this finish.
That all hinges on Sieg winning this race, but it just shows you how everything can change so quickly. Well, I mean, you go back to Talladega, this guy right here, where he thought he had won the race and was going to be locked in, it's because of the position he's in now. If he wins Talladega, obviously it changes his entire season, but have a lot of racing left on. Dylan, you got more?
Well, I just want to add one thing quickly on Parker. I talked to him this week. He said, I really want to win this race for the team, for Connor, but I really want to win more because I don't want Jamie to be the only person on this telecast who won Daniel's car after we called him to drive. So just keep that in mind, Jamie, here these last 7 laps.
That's a big prayer of yours to fill out. It'll be 6 laps to go. And if we get another caution here, it likely equals overtime, something we're familiar with at this place.
I'm going to turn the light off.
And the next chapter written now.
All right, 6 to go.
All over the back of Parker, but Austin Hill on the back of Sieg. You see a little bit of tan upside back in the corner here. Ultimately,
How far to go?
it looks like the 2 is going to get there a little bit before.
If they somehow make it to the end of this thing without another crash, I will be shocked. Because we haven't had the big one yet.
Come on, get out there in front. Go.
They've broken contact enough bumper to bumper anymore.
Come on, Austin Hill. Come on, do some. Oh, shit. Oh, don't. If he gets out of line, he's in trouble. Oh, damn, there goes Leland Honeyman. Damn. Sheldon Creed got shoved below the double yellow line. Someone's going to get penalized for.
Get out there, get out there.
Leland Honeyman. Oh, shit. There goes Ryan Sieg. He got turned. That's a big one right there. And it's over for Sieg. Daniel Dye. That's going to be overtime. And, yep. And, yep, that 39 is done. And there goes my top. Matt DiBenedetto's in it.
Started deep in the field, drove it into the top 10 competitive all night long, but he too, 6 idle.
Jeff Burton's got damage. That's an overtime.
guys right there on the cutoff line involved in that wreck.
William Sawalich.
The rookie beating up once again. He was way up front when that happened.
Josh Williams is in that.
Williams, who had surfaced in the top 10. Window net down to 45.
I got to figure out what got Sieg spun around. You see there the second, third place cars right here. It's like Sieg went up to block. She saw as he moved up though, that car super unstable.
It was the 70 Honeyman.
Pulled up to block and
Yep. And Eckes got a piece.
just no grip of the car right there. They're dancing on top of the track right there at the exit of the tri-oval. You can see that car even as he moved forward.
Sheldon Creed got through that.
It didn't take much of a hit from the 7 of Honeyman to get him spun around and finally had our first big one of the night. Watch
No,
the
there's our
39
first big
pulls
one.
up. You can't see it as good from that angle, but that car was just super light in the back. Spinning around. You get a little bit of a little contact on the left front for the 25. Barney just slight contact right there. See going around.
The 39 got some air. Shut the fuck up. 27.
When C came down across the track, it was almost blinded by the car that was in front of Jeff. McDaniel died. Right behind Josh Williams. He had a huge contact with the right rear seat start, set it up into the air.
It happens so often. Well, you get a late restart, your bunch together, aggression level is high, and you just see the opportunities right in front of you.
Yeah, when these wrecks happen, you see the smoke, you get on the brakes, they don't really slow down, and as soon as someone hits and it hurts, hits the
You know, more good contenders taken out.
You have no control. These are those moments when you talk about
Hey, on the bright side, at least we're gonna get this race in after all the weather we've had. I should at least be grateful for that. Almirola got a piece. Ryan Ellis.
This is why the average finish for drivers, when you look at tracks in the draft, it is such a big number because you have success, but as you said, just wrong place, wrong time, it takes you out of the equation. And inevitably,
They're actually going to try and fix the 39's car. That car is fucked.
and it just crushes that average finish at a place like Daytona. 11 cars involved. And this is going to set us up for
Sheldon Creed. How the fuck did the 00 got damaged? Oh, well.
when we talk about opportunities to get a first career victory.
In Cup, Chase Elliott has 20 career wins. In Xfinity, he has 6. And in the trucks, he has 3. So overall, he has a combined 29 wins across NASCAR's top 3 series. I'm not counting ARCA. So far this season, he has a win in the Clash, although that's a exhibition race, and he won at Atlanta late June. So he has, so far as points races are concerned, he technically has 1 win this season.
So catch up with Marty Lindley here with Quando on the 88 pit box. All right, your driver's done a pretty good job. He's in exactly the position you want him to be in. what's your message, if any, here on this maybe final restart?
Yeah, just keep doing what he's been doing. Really proud of Parker to be able to come get in our car and adjust this way, and he's really done his awesome job. And really proud of Connor to be able to come back so soon and get back in the car and start the race. So just hopefully we can hold him off here for a lap and a half or 2 laps here and see what happens.
All right, let's get back on the radio and see if we can get Connor's thoughts here. All right, are you proud of Parker? Are you jealous? What are you feeling right now?
Nervous, first of all. I didn't expect to be this nervous watching him, but he's done a great job and has our really good Chevrolet and a chance to win the race. And clearly it's as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and I wish I was behind the wheel, but instead of sitting here.
All right, well, he's watching and cheering him on. The 88 car fans once again up in the final field.
I like the position that Parker's in right now, and I say that because obviously Austin Hill right behind him, I would think is going to choose beside him when we get to the choose to be on the front row. And that most likely would put his teammate Allgaier right behind him. It's been a great pusher, and it's going to put Leland Honeyman then behind the 21. Not to take anything away from Leland Honeyman, but I like having Allgaier being behind me to give me that push. And we've watched on these restarts, it's almost been side by side, but we have seen a couple of them that the two guys get locked together that they're able to get away. And if Parker can get that, he's going to be in a really good position on the rewind checker. Let's get some Austin Hill team radio.
Look at all these names up here. Leland Honeyman in 4th. Brendan Poole 9th. Nick Sanchez 10th. Natalie Decker is 11th. Dean Thompson 12th. And the Green Light Racing cars are 13th and 14th. And Kyle Sieg is 15th.
Listen, this might not be our last rewind checker. You get somebody else lined up behind you, or if you just get ahead and the caution comes out, then you might be in the right position. So a lot can happen over the next 5 minutes. Well, that's what I was going to say is you process when to make the move. And we look at the overtime rules, 2-lap shootout. If we get a caution before the white, we'll reset, do it all again. But once the leader takes the white flag, next flag would end the race, whether that be the caution or the checker. If we can do it as many times as we need. But what I was going to say, you kind of want to get your business taken care of prior to the white flag. Absolutely. So often you see that caution come out on the final lap, and if you're waiting and then the caution comes out, you just run out of real estate and can't make the move. We haven't ended the stage yet tonight. I mean, both stages hit another caution, so absolutely I want to be the leader and be in control of this and do the blocking that I need to do, come into the checker flag. But if the caution comes out, like you say, after you get the white, you definitely want to be the leader. Let's go back to Texas, and we've talked so much about Connor Zilisch and his season.
So you were outside.
What?
You were outside.
Enter Kyle Larson. And he goes out and takes care of business in the 88. And this team just does a lot of it. It's been great. You know, Dylan was talking about it. I'm not sure that we've given enough credit to him and the leadership that he has supplied this team. Not just providing that leadership for a rookie driver, 18, 19 years old, and the season he has had, but just hitting all the curveballs they faced in 2025. They have had a lot thrown at them, and it's been as impressive as it's been to watch Connor do what he has. I think Kyle Larson at Texas, well, it's Kyle Larson, right? You know, he's going to run well in all the Xfinity races, but Junior Motorsports and that man right there have done an exceptional job, giving all those drivers really good cars, and you said it, Adam, it starts at the top, and you work your way down.
So yeah, the diecast had to switch one car out for another. I switched one of the cars I have in my shopping cart for a different one.
Helping to lead Connor Zilisch to victory. His first owner will do the choose this time, Bob. I think the NFC nicely. Parker's going to take the top right here. We'll see though. He does have that choice. You know, the 7 looks like he'll pick behind him. Parker takes the bottom.
And I mean, looking at that wreck, I mean, Leland Honeyman didn't intentionally do it, but that was just unfortunate timing on the block. That's a bad spot too to crash, to pull or block on something and crash.
To wave it on, and he can time it out as well as the guy that's directly behind you. I got to think it's a distance thing, maybe for Parker and Justin of where they're most comfortable. It's also, when you're on the outside, if you see Sammy Smith lined up behind Leland Honeyman right there, if he makes it 3 wide, then your host, if you're in that outside lane. So it's a little easier to protect on the bottom. Parker's just got to get a good launch and hope that Justin can get connected to that bumper and get him a push still about halfway down the backstretch.
Something else to think about here. Prior to this year's 10th is Nick Sanchez. They made a pit stop at lap 91 and got 4 tires. I know tires have not been a big thing tonight, but boy, he might be able to push the aggression level more than anyone because of the tire advantage that he will have on this restart. But not a lot of time to get his work done overtime. Number 1, a 2-lap shootout.
Honeyman is like right there.
And then we talk about Allgaier being, Parker's teammate in Junior Motorsports, but they are racing for that regular season championship. And he's not just going to push it to feel good win. If he can get him Allgaier will do what he can to try to get beside the 88 and hopefully racing back to the start finish line. And when Allgaier won here, it was in a photo finish. So he's been a part of these before, but on both sides.
Sheldon Creed pitted, so he's out of contention, but he's still running the. All right, NASCAR overtime here in the Xfinity Series at Daytona. It's going to be Parker Kligerman and Austin Hill.
Go, Parker, go.
Oh, Leland Honeyman tried to make a move, but Austin Hill blocked it. Well, that just screwed up Leland Honeyman. Yeah, that's not good. You better not get too far out. Sammy Smith coming up the middle.
Parker. Get to the right side. Come on.
It looks like we Austin Hill got shuffled out. Well, and we are going to make it to the white flag somehow. Don't you better not crash, because if you crash, it's going to be game over. Nick Sanchez. Damn, we got 3 Junior Motorsports cars up at the front.
Come on, Parker. Come on, Parker.
Oh, Sanchez. Dang, 4 wide. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There they go. It's over. Caution's out. What? No way. Connor Zilish and Parker Kligerman win the Xfinity Series race at Daytona. The Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3.
Go, Parker.
I can't wait to see this interview. We might even have Parker to lost for words.
Well, no way. Garrett Smithy, Ryan Ellis get a top 10. Did that look like Natalie Decker just bailed out and just pitted? Comes at restart. Wow, the 88 can't be stopped on even on a plate train.
Remarkable. Junior Motorsports has won 9 of the last 11 this year. How about this coming into tonight? JR ended 8 races at Daytona with 8 different drivers. Wow. So tonight, it's like 9 wins with 10 different drivers, right? I mean, just remarkable.
Wow, even the 88 with a different driver cannot be stopped.
All the different drivers that have won for Junior Motorsports this year. Parker wasn't even on our list, right? I mean, he wasn't even in a car a week ago. He just one shot here. We talked about how good he is.
Damn, I can't believe what.
That's so cool for a kid to be able to capitalize on it.
Oh well, at least. But hey, on the bright side, at least we got this race in. This is a rare moment in NASCAR. I didn't think this was going to be possible. I'm kind of shocked he pulled this off. But I think the one who should have got this win tonight was Ryan Sieg. Once again, gets wrecked. That hurts, especially since Ford hasn't won a lot of races this year. The fact that I missed the Ford win because of timing error. Can someone get Parker Kligerman a one-off Xfinity start for himself soon? Yeah, I'm starting to wish. I mean, wow. Well, this is a rare thing I never thought I'd see. A fill-in the regular driver stepping out, and then the substitute steps in. Boom.
Oh no!
Oh well.
Oh, come on.
Wow. And yes, he broke the flag, or the bottom part of it. Wow. GG Parker. Definitely didn't see this coming.
Connor Zillich, Parker Kligerman, teaming up and getting the 88 to victory lane. And now our Mobil 1 winning moment.
Let's see what Twitter's saying.
Dale Jr. celebrating, and here's that Mobil 1 winning moment.
Just a reminder, Connor Zillich still gets credit for this win.
Oh no!
We're not going to let him live that down for sure. So they celebrate on the front straightaway. And now Parker will drive it over to Mobil 1 victory lane.
Got a feeling Parker will be wearing that suit next week to the studio to do the race report.
Is that gonna interview him? Oh,
What
rude.
a night for Junior Motorsports.
That's rude.
Kligerman and Zillich combined to get the win. Allgaier second, Sammy Smith third.
He's on his skin. They're not gonna interview him?
But they are going to interview him.
Let's catch up with Justin Allgaier, who was in the mix there and ultimately finished second in a Junior Motorsports 1-2-3. What did it come down to? What was the difference there at the end?
I wish I knew, man, to be honest with you. Really disappointed that I thought we had it. I was able to get to the bottom there. I thought we had the help that we needed, and I think Jesse just wasn't able to quite.
I mean, this is not the first time. I mean, I'm glad they chose Kligerman over a cup leech. That's all I can say. Whew, wow. When it comes to relief drivers winning, this was actually a good one compared. The only other one I know of was the whole thing with Almirola, but that was a long time ago at the Milwaukee Mile.
Disappointed we're not celebrating victory lane with him, but it's Evelyn and Evelyn Thomas's 102nd birthday tomorrow. Wish I was there celebrating with the checkered flag, but really cool that they'll be they'll get Springfield watching. So just disappointed in the night, but all in all, solid day for the night.
17 has had an up and down summer, as we talked about. Is this the kind of run and finish?
Also, they showed Jeremy Clements, who has like the third most starts in the Xfinity series. And they showed a mix of two other drivers. The others are Jeff Green, and guess who the other one is? Kenny Wallace.
And we've shown that with stages and doing all the right things. It just disappointed. Disappointed we didn't get it done. But again, great day for the company. Great day for Chevrolet, Andrew Victor Power, Dale Jr., Taylor Miller, just everybody that's a part of this company.
Runner-up for Justin Allgaier tonight in Daytona.
And he has a 4-point advantage when you look at those regular season standings. And actually, I'm sorry, he's 4 points behind the 88. So Zillich will have a 4-point lead. I believe as we look at next week, we'll update that in just a second. First down to Mobil 1 victory lane. Here's Kim Coon.
Yeah, they're going to
I guess they were waiting for him to get to victory lane rather than interview him on the front stretch. Some people are happy that Leland Honeyman killed Austin Hill's run. Everyone is calling Austin Hill on Twitter every insult under the sun.
And Parker Kligerman is going to climb out of his race car and celebrate his first career. Oh, he's going to climb out of the roof hatch. I'm not sure who I did.
Well, if I hope the car passes inspection, that's all I can hope.
Even want to step on the windowsill, he said. Again, Parker subbing for Connor Zilisch. And he got yourself down from there now. First career NASCAR.
Yeah, just don't slip in. There we go.
For so long, did it match the dream you had?
It's different in every way because I didn't expect to get a call from Dale Jr. On a day I was leaving to go on vacation and say, "Hey man, would you come drive this thing?" Obviously, hate the circumstances for Connor. He's an amazing generational talent. I feel honored to have gotten the call and it breaks the seat that he's been in, that Kyle Larson has been in. I do have to hold up my end of the bargain. Thank you to Justin Allgaier. Man, he was a real teammate. We go way back. That meant a lot. And Sammy Smith at the end gave some great pushes, so that helped a ton. But this is, great testament to this team, Big AT, which has been on fire all year. But for me, it's such a mean thing that this will not be on Racing Reference at all. So I'm still going to count as a win. I'm still going to take the sugar flag. We get the check.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
this is just really cool.
This was quite a exciting race. Overall, it was actually a good race aside from that the rain delay. Wow. This wasn't a bad night. There was a lot of action throughout the field. Most of the field kept it clean right up until the latter end. Chaos broke out as usual, but it could have been a lot worse. The ending could have been a caution fest for all we know, but thankfully we only got one overtime. Wow. Well, this is something I never thought I'd see. A relief driver winning for someone who stepped out. Well, a relief driver stepping out for the original who pulled out of the car earlier. Never thought I'd see this, but this is going to be this will be one of those rare occasions, but that's how it goes. Either way, congrats to both Zilisch and Kligerman. I hope Kligerman can get like a one-off start for himself later on in the season or maybe next year. Who knows? Again, Connor Zilisch gets the winning credits. Allgaier second, Sammy Smith third. I'd rather have, honestly, after everything that we've been through tonight, I'm just glad Austin Hill didn't win. Sam Mayer fourth, Jesse Love fifth, Brandon Jones, Dean Thompson, Brandon Poole. How about Garrett Smithley getting a top 10 in that 14 car? And my boy Ryan Ellis finishes 10th. Second top 10 finish of his career.
Where did Parker Kligerman start?
I think the 88 started on the pole.
Did?
Yes.
Oh. How?
Well, it was set by metric because qualifying was canceled. Let's see, Carson Kvapil, William Swalich, Emmerling with a top 15 finish, Mason Maggio, Sheldon Creed, Josh Bill, Justin Haley, Jeb Burton, Joey Gase, Natalie Decker, Nick Sanchez. Damn, Austin Hill finished 25th on. Sucks Leland Honeyman got cucked out of a potential underdog win. So that's unfortunate. And as much as I like Kligerman and Zilisch winning, the truth is I wanted Sieg to win that, but that was just unfortunate what happened to him with 8 or 7 laps to go. Fuck. Can't catch a break for shit. He led 19 laps today. Who led the most laps? Damn, he led the most laps tonight. Ryan Sieg did. And yep, unfortunate for all these guys too. Damn. Well, we've had better days. Great racing. There was a lot of action from beginning to end. Sucks that the rain delay kind of hampered things, but that's just how it's Daytona Beach, Florida. So why should I be surprised? But at the end of the day, we got the race in. So with that said, I will see you all tomorrow for for the Cup race around the same time. But I think I'll be starting like 10 minutes later than tonight. But it is what it is. So with that said, thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's race. Congrats to Connor Zilch and Parker Kligerman. This has been Chase Fan number 9. With that, I'll see you all tomorrow for the Cup race. And with that, have a good one. Stay safe. All right, bye everyone. Peace out. Oh, by the way, Sunday, I am gonna record live stream the IndyCar race at Milwaukee Mile too. Yep, I'll be live streaming the last 2 IndyCar races of the season. All right, everyone. I gotta keep going because I'm dragging too long. All right, bye everyone. Peace out, y'all.